Hello everybody and welcome to A Good Death, a Skyrim Permadeath series where the difficulty is always legendary, and the character classes and starting locations are always randomly chosen. This keeps the gameplay fresh, and the gameplay challenges unique from character to character. So if this sounds awesome to you, please do hit that like and subscribe button, because I do this every week, every Saturday at 6 p.m. UTC in fact, so if you're into this kind of thing, you don't want to miss it. I also do build videos, build guides, different tips and tricks on both the game and modding the game. So you do good value for your free button clicks there. So, you know, just click the buttons, will ya? Alright, so let's actually get out of this. Here we are with Gavin, right outside of Swindler's Den. I honestly don't remember what we did last week, and I think that was my recap for the week before as well. But that's alright. I think we're going to do this Sadia stuff here. We have agreed to go hunt down this Kamatu fella. Now, whether or not we actually complete that based on extenuating circumstances is still up in the air. But we are here in Swindler's Den to at least track down this Kamatu fella and see what's going on and learn more about it. I think what we have planned for the rest of the stream is, because we are playing a Breton and we are running a Skyrim, a lot of our bonuses are tied to the standing stones that we have discovered throughout the world. So when we're done here, I think I'm going to turn my focus on discovering all these standing stones. Once we get 10... Oh, actually, I think we've already discovered 10 because I don't see the quest here anymore. So we do have access to shared ancestry. Maybe that was something that we got toward the end of the last stream. That's good. I can cast Shared Ancestry on Eric to get access to the Nord's Avatar ability, which gives me a higher regeneration of both Magicka and Stamina whenever I trigger that power. Excuse me, I got some allergies here today, so you might be hearing some nasally, saucy noises coming from the mic here. Apologies in advance there. So that's good. Let's see, and then we also we unlock an ability tied to standing stones once we find all of the standing stones in Skyrim. I think there are 13 of them. I do know where they all are. I'm just not really sure which ones we are missing at the moment, so let's take a look at that. Okay, so right off the bat, I think this is the Steed Stone over here that we're missing. So that's in Hafingar. Of course, we're missing the Lover Stone. And so we would have one more. Oh, I think it's, is this the Lord Stone over here? I think it might be the Lord Stone right over here. So I think we'll be, oh, and there's another one. We're actually missing 4. Because there's another one over here in Morthal, and I don't remember exactly which one it is. But it's out here in the swamps somewhere. So yep, it sounds like we're missing 4 of them then. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we found 10 already, so are there 10 total? Or 14 total? Apprentice is the Marshes of Morthal. Yes, good call, good call. I don't have shared ancestry, so we are, I think we are one more away from that. I wonder why that's not showing up. Oh yeah, here it is. 7 out of 10, so we need 3 more. That is fine, we can do that. That means we're missing more too then, huh? Because I think there are 13 in total. We are also missing the Atronach Stone down here, and I think maybe the... Yeah, there it is. There's our 13th one, the Shadow Stone down here. Great. So that's all of them. I'm going to try to get them all done. So it's going to be a lot of sort of open world exploring today and dealing with very random and unpredictable encounters out in the open world. So that's going to be fun. Usually, if at least I know what the risks are that we're going to be facing, I can prepare for them. But when you're traveling in the open world, you really have no idea what kind of random encounters you're going to be facing. And with the different patrol mods that I have running, there are also very highly dangerous assassins that aren't associated with the Dark Brotherhood coming after me too. They're much higher level than the player character, and they're also unleveled. So there's that. I mean to say, they're much higher level than I am right now. If they were unleveled, they wouldn't always be higher level than the character. Unless this game is modded, then there could be more. This game is definitely modded. There should only be 13 standing stones, so I don't have any more than what the vanilla standing stones are. Now there are also the ones in Solstheim that don't really count as guardian stones, or the standing stones of Skyrim. They have their own thing. The world stones or something is what they're called. But those don't count. So yeah, we're going to be doing all the standing stones. We'll be unlocking our Breton ability through Imperius, the race overhaul mod, and unlocking the hidden ability of Andromeda, the standing stone overhaul that I'm running. So that should all be really fun, huh? But first, we got to make it through Swindler's Den here. All right, let's get prepped up for that. I got to make sure that I have all of the potions and poisons that I need. Let's see, we've got a bunch of health potions here. Those are only the 20s. Oh, I also did get started on Lakeview Manor over here. So if we make it through all this, I'll go show off what I basically just created: the garden so far and the small house plan. I think I may have converted that to the entrance, and I'm working on the foundations of the rest of the house so I can add an alchemy or greenhouse to it, and maybe an alchemy tower, just to give us a little more space for planting and growing our own ingredients than what we have over here in Ryexend. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we make it that far, huh? All right, so here we're mostly gonna encounter archers and melee fighters, but there is, I think, one mage deeper down in this dungeon here. So let's have, we have resist magic. Let's get frost and fire added to our potions on our quick menu here too. I think everything else we're good with. Make sure I got my hotkey set up for my paralysis poison, which I do not. That will be hotkey 6. Okay, Eric. Where'd you go, Eric? Okay, I've also enabled the depth of field effect through the E&B. It's Marty McFly's depth of field. I'm usually not a big fan of depth of field because your eyes kind of do that naturally, and it doesn't. It's kind of a tactical disadvantage not to be able to see off in the distance. But this depth of field effect looks really nice, and I started playing with it a little bit, and I was like, you know what, this just looks too nice to leave off, so wanted to add it, you know. Hey, Lord Daka, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's get geared up, and Eric, I think, will catch up. He is our partner in crime here, so to speak. I hear him, but I don't see him. Oh, there he is. And he's been using Marauder a lot more lately, too. And he'll probably get the shield once he enters combat, but yeah, he's looking very knightly. Okay, so right here in this front room, there are going to be the two doofuses talking to each other. I think that we can pit them against each other before they get too angry at us. So let's get this ready to go.
Exciting in the Bard
I'm not sure I like these Alakir warriors hiding out here.
There we go.
There you are.
Okay, well, at least we got the support of the archer against the bandit thug here, who looks like he might be pretty tough. Give Eric some support here. Get the doppelganger going. Doppelganger. Not the doppelganger. Okay, Eric, get in there.
Can't hide from me.
That's the best you can do! You want me alive!
Lets himself get surrounded.
Yeah, having access to illusion for any character type, you know, be it melee like this one, or archery like an agent, or just a straight up mage, just adds so much that you can do with the tactics. It ends up being a very tactical build, regardless of how you play, if you have access to these illusion spells, and it's a lot of fun. I love illusions. Probably my favorite spell school in Skyrim, especially if you're able to mod in more spells. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I never, let's take a break real quick. I never actually advertised this stream. Let me go put this up on some of the different Discords here. Sorry about that. I usually do that before, but I totally whiffed it this time. Okay, just get the link. Okay, one done. Sorry about this. I know this is riveting. Two down. Three down. Four down. This is the best part of trying to be a content creator or live streamer or whatever is just the networking. You get so many discords that that you try to, you know, get the word out on. It's a lot. And let's see, the Character Crusade one now has a different going live channel that I gotta find. There it is. And finally, the Northern Kingdom, not because I care about it the least, but because it's the last one alphabetically. Sorry, Magus. Alright, should be all good to go. Let's watch the views roll in now, shall we? Kidding. There it is, there it is. All right, looks like we got Gale added. Saw you live and thought I should pop in here before I leave the house in a few minutes. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by, Lord Daka. And Gale stopping by, getting some snow out there, it sounds like, Gale. Okay, back in the game. Hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe. Nice and warm and cozy. Okay, I hear more dudes in there. There is another archer and then probably a fairly strong melee guy in this next room here. We'll try to get them with the frenzy. Before they can get to us here. Let's see, there he is. Oh,
Someone
no.
there. Go ahead. Try it.
Okay, did get that one. Okay, that didn't hurt too bad. Oh my god. There we
Thanks a
go.
lot.
Thanks a lot.
Fall down and
The doppelganger will keep her busy. I'll go help Eric with this guy so we don't get flanked. Ugh, doppelganger's tough over there, huh? Finish her off with the spectral missiles. Okay. Now this next room is the tough one. For all intents and purposes, this is the boss room. There are a fair number of both archers and melee warriors / barbarians, stuff like that. But then there also is that one mage up on the balcony up there too. And more enemies in that hidden room behind the corridor in the back. So we're gonna have quite the brouhaha coming up here. You know you can hit the @ here when you go live, so it hits everyone. I'm gonna implement the ping cord bot pretty soon. I think it will. Yeah. So I just always feel half the time I feel a little out of place. Like I don't know. Like I shouldn't actually be doing that. Get some charred skeever hide there. I don't know. I do use that @ here tag half of the time, I would say. Just it depends on how bold I'm feeling in the moment. If that makes sense. Nice sneaky approach makes it a cakewalk. Yeah, the problem is with a rogue class, there is actually no sneak. So we're not actually sneaking, but if we go slow enough, we can get the drop on them, right? So I'm trying to do that a little bit. Do I have a courage spell that I can cast on Eric here? I do not. Okay. So same strategy here, gonna try to hit as many people as I can with this Discord spell here. Oh shoot, that guy was right there. Did Eric get poisoned? Is that what I'm seeing here?
You'll be so much easier to rob when you're dead.
Did not mean to hit Eric with that.
Mistake.
Got to be very careful here. Any one of these guys can one-shot us, I think. Eric is still in the way. Jesus. All right. It's completely missing. Too tight quarters. Can't get past Eric. Okay, so the game engine does have a little bit of an auto-aim mechanic, and in my opinion it hurts you a lot more than it helps you, because whoever's standing in front of you, it makes it really hard to shoot around them. If anybody knows of an I setting or something that can help get rid of that, I think that there's one like projectile magnetism or something. I have that set like all the way off, but it's still, there's still a pretty heavy auto aim component to this. It'd be nice if I could just outright disable it. I did actually, I found a mod that acts as a solution to the whole collision in tight corridors thing. This it just toggles follower collision. So anything that you have that's allied to you in a fight or in general, you can walk right through them. It works for conjured minions, for dogs that follow you, pretty much anything else. So that's really nice. The only problem is that there's a bug with the Dragonborn content when you're supposed to be allied with the dragon. When you do some dragon riding stuff, they will clip through and kind of bug that quest out. So you have to toggle it back off, which you can do through a console command. Easy enough once you get there, and then turn it right back on once you're done with that part, and then you're good to go again. Just don't run a follower. Yeah, I mean, permadeath on legendary difficulty, though, you need a meat shield. If you're not going to be sneaky, you really need a meat shield. especially for melee classes like the rogue here. So yeah, in case you're interested, the rogue is the class system that I implement and restrict on my own is that I don't use any of the skills that that don't apply to the class. So this class, the rogue, is one-handed, block, light armor, illusion, and alchemy and speech. So those are the only skills that I'm going to be actively using and putting perks into. I finally got my game reinstalled and tested vanilla yesterday, and today I just installed the unofficial patch and Live Another Life, so the testing will begin. Very nice, very nice. Feel bold. If people don't want to get it, they can just mute notifications. That's fair. That is absolutely fair. I get you, Gale. I started Thalia again because I added a few new mods again, so I needed new characters. Added bandit children and random encounters from Dawn Guard, Vigilance, etc. if in any faction. Yeah, nice. Sounds like a good time. That freshness of a new install when you first start testing, there's like a little bit of fear, but there's a lot of excitement. It's like, oh my god, what's wrong with this thing? What am I going to find? Am I going to have to redo anything? But you know, with just the unofficial patch and Live Another Life, you should be okay, I think. Alright, what do we got going on in here? I don't know if there's anybody else in here, but let's get you angry just in case.
There's someone there.
Nope, she's coming. Oh no, there are two. Okay, there's the archer there too. Alright, Eric taking a chunk. I like it.
There you are.
Highwayman is tough, man. There we go.
You start running.
That new install smell gets you every time. Yeah, it does. That's all you want to do for like a good month and a half is, you know, just test Skyrim. What else can I do with this? What improvements can I make to my load order? Yeah, I used a versioned profile system, so I can always get back. That's alteration. We can't use that, but we can sell it. So I always, between permadeath runs and guide videos that I release, I always see what new stuff I can install on my load order in a new profile, and I test it out and everything. And usually these days it's pretty much just weapon and armor mods, but every once in a while I see something. I tried Skeever's, W. Skeever's pause on loading screens. I just couldn't get it to work. I might try again at some point, but if you're doing a permadeath, having the gameplay paused until you hit a button is very, very nice. Because as it stands now, especially with like vampire attacks, you can load in through a city door, say in Whiterun, and the vampires can completely wipe your health bar before you even get a chance to input anything. So for the next run, I might look at putting that back in. The encounters are kind of ridiculous, but it served to make my game even more unforgiving. I enjoy a masochist run. Last encounter had about 8 vigilants break into an inn and kill me in my sleep. Oh, jeez. I mean, it makes for a good story, though, right? Alright, so I'm gonna pop a resist magic potion here, just because I don't know if I killed this dude. I think this might have been the dude with the dagger who ran down into the, that corridor downstairs, but better safe than sorry, and I have plenty of the potions. Okay, there we go. Well, we made it through that part. Now we just have the Alakir to worry about. And I suspect that once Gavin sees what he's up against with the Alakir forces, he's gonna change sides and help support them instead of Sadia. He likes making money. He likes helping a damsel in distress, but he likes staying alive even more.
Alakir, hold.
proven your strength, warrior. Let's avoid any more bloodshed. I think you and I have some things to talk about.
All right, we got some very large curved swords over here. Curved swords. And we got more large curved swords over here. Yeah, okay, so that's what, 6, 7 heavily armed, highly trained Alakir warriors. All right, you guys win. Let's talk.
Stay your hand, warrior. It's no secret why you're here. And you have proven your skill in combat. Let us talk a moment. And no one else needs to die. I think we can all
sounds good to
profit
me.
from the situation in which we find
Day 6,
ourselves.
woohoo! Hey, welcome
My men
aboard,
will not
Strudel.
attack you if you will lower your weapons.
We have tied the record with Bratwurst for longest living permadeath character at day 6. So why are you after Sadia anyway?
She sold the city out to the Aldmeri Dominion. Were it not for her betrayal, Tanith could have held its ground in the war. The other noble houses discovered her betrayal, and she fled. They want her brought back alive. The resistance against the Dominion is alive and well in Hammerfell, and they want justice.
They came in since Thalia has beast blood at the moment. Those Vigilant. The world is, there's no shades of gray in the world for the Vigilant. It's just black and white. So, thing is, I've been sent here to kill you.
Of course. Sent by. What is it that she's calling herself these
Sadia,
days?
I just said.
Shazra? Sadia? One of those.
Doesn't pay much attention,
Did
does
she
he?
appeal to your sense of honor? Your greed?
Poor Bratwurst,
A more
indeed. We all
base
miss the Brown Knight, don't we? The Brown Hand.
Doesn't matter. No doubt she's convinced you that she's the victim. But do you know why we pursue her?
I kind of want to do a compilation of all my permadeaths and kind of analyze tactically what went wrong and what I could have done better to save the lives of those poor, unfortunate characters. Have to look into that. Well, Sadia told me that you're assassins.
Assassins?
Yeah.
No, nothing so crass.
You don't look like
Sadia,
assassins.
as
You're a
you
little-
know her, is wanted
little
by the
blingy
noble
for
houses of
assassins.
Tanith for treason. We were hired to see her return to Hammerfell for her crimes. You can help us with that. And make sure no one else gets hurt.
Okay, so, I mean, obviously I'm not going to start a fight with 7 heavily armed Alakir in a dead-end cavern here, but what did she do?
She sold the city out to the Aldmeri Dominion. Were it not for her betrayal, Tanith could have held its ground in the war. The other noble houses discovered her betrayal, and she fled. They want her brought back alive. The resistance against the Dominion is alive and well in Hammerfell, and they want justice.
All right, then. So what do you want me to do?
She trusts you, at least to some extent. She sent you after us, and has no reason to think that you'd do anything other than that. Convince her that we'll be coming for her, and she needs to leave. Lead her to the stables outside Whiterun. We'll be waiting to take her into custody. I'll gladly share a portion of the bounty in return for your efforts in seeing proper justice done.
Sounds good to me. I get to stay alive and make money, and I would much rather face one refugee with a dagger than 7 Alakir warriors with heavy armor, large swords, and shields. So, all right, I'll do it.
Good. We'll be waiting for you at the stables. It will be good to finally be able to return home.
Eric, there was a bard that I remember from my time in High Rock. His name was something along the lines of Kenneth Roger. He had a song about knowing when to hold 'em, when to fold 'em, and when to walk away. So I think we know when to walk away, and now is that time. I just thought of that off the top of my head. Come on, that was good, right? Some Skyrim Breton humor there. You gotta give it up for that. Let's see. Both sides give just enough of their truth that it makes you wonder who to trust. Yeah, I think, fairly firmly on the side of Kamatu these days. His agents in Whiterun that you first meet are sus AF, right? Because they're really cagey and they don't want to give up any information. But so much of Sadia's story just doesn't add up. And if you follow Kamatu's line throughout the quest, he tends to be more honest about things, I think. And he ends up not... Just make sure. Sometimes I see like one less straggler over here. He ends up paralyzing Sadia and taking her back for trial instead of, you know, just killing her outright on the spot, which she said they were assassins, right? And if they're doing that, they're obviously not assassins. They might be bounty hunters, but they're not assassins. Also, with the fight against the Thalmor, well documented as still alive and well in Hammerfell, it makes you wonder why the Thalmor have so much pull to be able to send these guys out to Hammerfell to go get her for speaking out against them. They wouldn't have the resources to do it. It just doesn't add up. And I know that there are portions of Hammerfell that are controlled by the Thalmor, but still, just to find one person who spoke out against the Thalmor to send valuable soldiers out to Skyrim to find her in the midst of a heated fight, just doesn't add up to me. Kamatu's tends to make a little more sense, in my opinion. Okay, so off stream, I made the voyage all the way from Rorikstead to Swindler's Den here, so I'm not going to go all the way through that, especially in the rain, so I'm just going to fast travel back. And then we'll take the carriage to Whiterun, and we'll complete the quest here. Oh, is there an urn in the catacombs for Sadia? I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess there are a couple ways you can interpret that, right? That could just be a bug. It could be just the game's way of dealing with Sadia not being in the game anymore, right? It's easier from a game engine perspective in terms of resources and stuff just to have her dead instead of to actually keep her alive and put her in some sort of like ethereal prison or something behind the scenes, right? And I think, I'm not sure, but I think that there is an automatic mechanic in the engine that whenever, you know, a character dies, technically dies, that the urn pops up in whatever city that they were affiliated with. But you could also interpret that as, you know, being canon. I don't know. I tend to lean to the former. Being a software engineer in real life, I know the tricks that you do to keep things optimized in the background, and that sounds like one of them to me. And the urn just being a side effect of the optimized way of removing Sadia from the world. My take on it. I could be absolutely wrong. I'm not saying I'm right on this. Oh, this lovely Skyrim weather I've been hearing about. And since when does it take 10 soldiers to take down one woman? Yeah, it seems a little inefficient, doesn't it? So you have the 7 that are in the cave there with Kamatu. You have the 2 that are trying to recruit folks at the gate of Whiterun that end up in Rorikstead, and then you have the one that got captured. And then you also have the 2 more that are traveling around the open roads harassing Redguard women. So they're actually 12. That's too many. You could have 1 agent. Or maybe like a small team of like 2 or 3 to bring her in. You don't need 12. Right? It's a little ridiculous. What time is it? 7:27. I do have a little bit of time to be able to sell off some loot here, so I'll do that just to keep the encumbrance low. Sounds like the rain is letting up too, so that's good.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the urn. I also don't know if I've ever actually gone into the Hall of the Dead and looked
Welcome
for
to War Maidens. Now don't let the name
urns
worry
of the
you.
dead
We got
NPCs.
plenty of steel for fighting men.
The one woman happens to have the voice. It might be a bit of a struggle, but yeah, it's kind of overkill on their part. Yeah, I mean,
Looking to protect
having
yourself
a
or
character
deal
that
some
can
damage.
take on, you know, a detachment of 12 highly trained soldiers is not unheard of in this world, right? Be them woman, man, anything, doesn't really matter at that point. But yeah, highly, highly unlikely. If she's going down to a single paralysis shot, like a single hand cast paralysis shot, she's probably not all that strong. I had a lot of stuff here built up. Didn't realize I had so much. I'm glad I stopped to sell this stuff off. Cool.
Good doing business with you.
All right, let's go talk to Sadia. We'll get a night of sleep here at the Bannered Mare once we're done, and then in the morning we'll go we'll do some stone hunting. There's enough gray area for a bunch of different interpretations. Yeah. And in my opinion, the really interesting conversations come along when you disagree with somebody. You don't have to fight about it. Disagreements and arguments they don't always have to devolve into fights, but I really like getting other people's perspectives on things, and you know, hearing myself give voice to some of the thoughts and suspicions that I've had is a little bit cathartic sometimes. If I tried to tell this stuff to my wife, she'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I want you to leave."
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
So, Ghost 57, how quickly does that actually come out? That urn, how quickly does that actually appear after Sadia's gone? Is it like instant, or do we have to like wait a day?
Any news of the Alakir?
God, she is like gorgeous though, isn't she? It's hard to like side against her when, you know, the character looks that good. I was unable to defeat them all. There were a lot of them, and they're on their way right now.
What? How? I thought they weren't allowed within the city.
Well, they found their way in, and we need to get you out of here if you want to stay alive.
But where will I go? I can't keep running forever.
Well, I got a horse waiting for you at the stables. It's the least I could do, so let's get you out of here, okay?
After all this, I have to pick up and leave again? If you really think this is the only way, I trust you. Let's not waste any time.
All right, let's go do it. Time is of the essence. All right, let's get a move on. Hello, Mr. B. How goes it? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Hope that foot isn't hurting you too much. Hopefully you'll be back up and doing cartwheels in no time. Double gainers, backflips, handsprings. Parallel bars. Balance beam. floor routine. Lunar contact. I used to save, then finally realized who the hell hides in the most popular bar in the most popular city in Skyrim. Deserves their fate, in my opinion.
You didn't really expect to manipulate people forever, did you?
Yeah, there are a lot of logic fails in this game from time to... Oh, watch out, bud! Oh, okay. I thought he was going to get Jervar there for a minute. That was close.
Now we'll take our friend here back to Hammerfell, where she will pay the price for her
Need the
treason.
light back on. So she won't be harmed?
Not on the way back. Once she gets there, it's not up to me to decide what's done with her. And as for you, I owe you a portion of the reward, don't I? Well, here you go.
I mean, in
Spend it
Gavin's
wisely, and if I
perspective,
may,
though, or from
don't
Gavin's
allow yourself to
perspective,
be
he's a
fooled
rogue.
by
He's
a pretty
mostly about
face.
money more so than he
You're better
is
than
about
that.
honor. So regardless of if he's doing the right thing or not, he's not going to face down 7 heavily armed Alakir warriors just for, you know, the promise of a few gold coins from a shady woman hiding in a bar, you know?
Take care, friend.
Okay, well that's that done and dusted. Let's head back to the Bannered Mare. We'll get a good night's sleep and then we'll start doing some standing stone hunting. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, being a Breton and running the Imperious racial overhaul mod as well as the Andromeda standing stones mod, we do get some unlocked powers for finding these stones. The Breton shared ancestry power unlocks after we find 10 of these stones, and then the hidden power for each one of the stones actually unlocks when you find all of them, of which there are 13. So we're going to try to find all of them to add to our toolbox a little bit more, which may help keep us alive a little longer in the future. It's like we're very close to leveling up. I think I've taken all my training for this level 2 though. Christian Winters, hello friend. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Welcome aboard. So yeah, I'm working on my next build guide for the agent. I've been spending a lot of time listening to all of the copyright-free music that I have downloaded while I play through the agent stuff. Playing that character and just trying to, you know, really pinpoint what songs I want to add to that build guide. I kind of want to up my production quality on these build guide videos a little bit, especially the intros. And I think music and just spending a lot more time on how the character looks will go a long way in keeping people watching the video and to attract them in the first place, honestly. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on this time around. Of course, you're going to get all the same very deep dive into the tactics and things of all the spells and what the class is all about and role-playing considerations and things like that. But I also want to make it a little more entertaining, a little more, I don't know, cinematic as well. So yeah, that's going to be, I like the idea of small but constant incremental improvements in anything that you do, and I think that'll be the incremental improvement that I'll be working on this time is getting that intro and getting the music and the character
weird experiments.
looks all pinned down for a good intro. Let's see here. I would like a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a
I
day.
guess I could just stay at Jorvasker for free, but
Yes,
you know,
I understand.
sometimes it's nice to have your own room, clean sheets that somebody else didn't just, you know,
Writing a song for you.
have the mead sweats into. The meat and the mead sweats.
Me a song? Does it somehow
That bed of hay.
involve blood or beheadings or the honor of my
All right, 8:30. Let's. Oh, you know what? I think we did all that while we were hungry and thirsty. So, yeah, kind of a little bit of altitude training there. Interesting. We'll have some wine, some water, go for some salmon steak and some seared... slaughter fish and some cheese. All right, that should about do it there. Thank you, Magus, for the moderation there. Serial GTX, welcome, welcome. Seeing a few new names in here, I love that. Hope everybody's doing well and that you enjoy what you are seeing. Not a whole lot of action on screen right now, but we'll get into it soon enough. Because they have no intention on sending her to trial, probably just wanted her assassinated, but in the end, though, Sadia's story has too many holes in it. Yeah, and following that line of logic, she is hyper vulnerable, and you would think that if she's already opening herself up like that, why not just be completely honest at that point? And if her completely honest story has that many holes in it, you kind of gotta wonder. She seems shadier than Kamadu to me, honestly. I do one thing and the bot's coming. That's all right. Appreciate it anyway. Let's see. I don't take any of it seriously. I mean, Carlia says you're the first uninitiated to enter Nightingale Hall in 100 years, but clearly Mercer Frey isn't over 50. True. Very true. Unless he's using the mystical abilities of the skeleton key to unlock his anti-aging abilities. I don't know. Just throwing stuff out there. What do you think of Skyrim Anniversary Edition? I don't mind it. It's they got a few bugs to clear out, whether that be you know, Bethesda Game Studios fixing those things, or the unofficial patch team, who seems to be on it as well, or some other modders that are doing the plug-in engine fixes, which would be fine too. I'm not on there yet, but I think at some point, once they get everything fixed up and I can reconcile the Anniversary Edition stuff with the mods that I like to have, or the mods that I feel like I need to have, then you know, just to mitigate the overlap between the two of those things, then I'll probably switch over to AE at some point. I've been playing AE on my PlayStation 5. It crashes too often, to be honest, but for the most part they've got most of the bugs cleared out other than that. So if they could mitigate the crashing a little bit, it would be great. I don't know if there are any other big bugs out there that people are encountering, but that's the extent of what I've encountered. Your graphic card might be burning with this amazing look. Yeah, you know, not too bad actually. The GPU right now is only at 57. I'm running a 3080, RTX 3080, so it's a pretty decent rig. The CPU is a 10900K, or actually it's a 10850K. It's the newer version that has, like, you know, 10 less megahertz on it, but you can easily overclock it to make up the difference. But yeah, 20 cores, or 10 cores, actually 20 threads. Yeah, you'll see the GPU kick all the way up when I go out there, but into the open world or into Whiterun exterior. But yeah, thanks. I do take a lot of pride in how my Skyrim looks. These visuals are by the Nulvis Guide. It's a modding guide. It takes a good week and a half to get through it. And I took another week on my own to get my own mods that I wanted to have on top of that integrated. But yeah, the link is in the description below if you're interested. You know, might be worth a look. You can fiddle with the settings a little bit if you want. If you want to get it working on your own GPU. Mod list is... Okay, so the base mod list is from the Nulvis Guide, which I just mentioned, but then I put a lot of other stuff into it. Mostly gameplay stuff. The visuals are mostly Nulvis, and there was a lot of stuff from Nulvis that I did leave out as far as things like city overhauls and interior overhauls and stuff like that. I left those fairly vanilla. But a lot of the gameplay stuff and weapons and armor and stuff I did add on top of it. Yeah, I was actually lucky enough to get a 3080 on launch at MSRP. I was just smashing that refresh button on like four different Chrome windows on Newegg, and I did actually get one. I got lucky. When you go to the shop on Skyrim, buy stuff, don't know what bag pack to choose. They all look really good. Oh, the Creation Club, the eShop in Skyrim, a lot of this stuff is really cool. In my opinion, you know, the best thing that you can buy on the Creation Club is that Bow of Shadows. So good. So good. It's almost worth the whole AE content pack upgrade, the $20 upgrade for just that one piece, in my opinion. But then you get so much other stuff as far as like quest mods and things like that too. It's good. It's a good deal, I think.
Staunch protectors, the Imperials.
I love the way my own game looks, but I have just above potato machine and can't get it. Yeah, you might be surprised what you could do. So just texture replacers don't actually hurt your GPU at all. Your GPU is going to output the resolution that it's going to output regardless of the texture quality. You might just be loading bigger textures a little longer. Things like lighting can hurt it. The big thing that's going to hurt it is the ENB. Just hooking into DirectX is going to cost you a good 30 to 40 FPS off the top. So without an ENB, you can actually still make your game look quite good with just upgraded textures. And things like meshes you might want to avoid too. The meshes are like the shape of things. Like those chains over there would be just completely flat in the vanilla game, but now they have like an actual like bulk and shape to them. That will lead up your GPU too, because there's more triangles, more polygons that it has to display at once. But just textures aren't going to hurt, and they can make a big difference in how your game is going to look. So play around with it. You could probably get your game to look really good. But I've seen Strudel's game too, and her game does look really good for what she's working with. So no shame in that. You know you play Skyrim too much when you try to zoom in or change the camera angle, but you're watching someone play it on YouTube. There you go. Yeah, I've done that before too, especially when you got that full screen going. He also has some DLC size mod that my rig can't handle all at once. Beyond Reach, Beyond Skyrim, Thalskar, Wormstooth, and more. Nice. Yeah, I have most of those except for Wormstooth. I would like to add Wormstooth in. But they're all good. They're all worth playing in my opinion. Zombie Quest is pretty good. It was like Call of Duty. Oh, I haven't played that one yet. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. I do this for fun to, you know, recharge the batteries. I come in here and I play my video games in my little man cave here, but my wife likes to watch, you know, her reality TV and other things out on the couch. So I kind of let her have that time to herself. So I try not to monopolize the TV time too much with the PlayStation 5 out there. Strudel has a number of screenshots that she posts on a regular basis, and I also think that she does pictures in her fanfic too. And the link to that is in the description below too. So if you wanted to see what Strudel's game looks like, click those links down there. What's your schedule? I subscribed and want to check out your Skyrim lives. My schedule is 6 p.m. UTC. I'm going to leave you to do the conversion on your own. I live in Arizona in the United States, and I stream at 11 a.m. my time. But I know it's 6 p.m. UTC, so it's kind of early evening, late afternoon for a lot of folks in Europe. Early afternoon for folks on the East Coast of the United States here. I mean, no one needs an ENB. No, you can do pretty good with just a reshade. ENB is what adds a lot of like the emissive lighting effects and the good-looking screen space reflections on the water and stuff. So there's things that you can't do with a reed shade that you can do with an ENB that takes it to the next level. But yeah, Magus is right. You don't need an ENB. You can still make the game look great without one. If you want to see the evolution from I have no idea what I'm doing to I'm squeezing everything I can out of the setup, look at my fanfic.
I've been looking for you.
I love evolution. Oh my god, Eric.
Supposed to deliver.
Are we going to make out? Is this going to happen?
Let's see here. Looks like
The
that's
skin
it.
is glistening
Gotta go.
from the rain, standing in real close. He's got he's playing footsies with me. All right, Eric. I'm married. I'm a married man. In fact, there's my wife right there.
Worry about that.
Owning a farm does have its advantages.
Is he hitting on you?
Hello, my love.
Are you talking with other
Some
men?
adventure, I bet.
Oh, you know what? I should have slept. I should have slept at Isolda's house. I'm just sleeping at the inn by myself, and I'm a married ass man with my wife like right outside the door. Yeah, that's not shady at all, is it? Hey, did you make dinner last night? Sorry, I missed it. I was fighting bandits and helping Alakir agents find missing refugees.
Here, this is fresh. I'll have another meal ready tomorrow.
Ah, thanks. Never came home last
Keep
night
yourself safe,
asking for
my
dinner. Husband of the year right here. That's okay. I'm working on building the house for her anyway. I'll go show that off at some point. But first we have some standing stone hunting to do. Okay, what do I want to start with? I think I want to come do the shadow stone over here. And I think I have an ore sample to pick up from Shore Stone over here as well. So I think I'm going to go, we're going to go find the shadow stone over here, and then we'll make our way north to Shore Stone. And then we'll make our way up to the the Atronach Stone up here somewhere. Hopefully the weather cooperates with us. Finding these standing stones, without the aid of the compass, which I try not to use. You'll see me pop it up every now and then. But they can be tough to find if you can't see off in the distance, How we doing? Do we need some breakfast? No, but we could use some water. Maybe I'll grab an apple and some cheese. And as a follower of Mara, we do get a boost every time we
Oh, thank you.
we give to the
Divines
poor.
Bless your kind heart.
There we go, 116%, which might give us 12 points of recovery for Eric whenever we're around.
Find myself
Health recovery, that is. Oh, and let's go ahead and do a little bit of a prayer here too. And I could have gotten a big boost from Lover's Comfort if I slept in the same room as Isolde there. But, can't go back in time, unfortunately. Well, I guess I could, technically, if I wanted to revert to the last save. Let me catch up on chat here. What's with Eric's voice? That is actually Eric's voice, but the follower framework mod that I'm using gives him all of the voice lines from everybody who has that voice type. So he will be more talkative and he will say more things, which is a great change. It is Nether's follower framework, which comes with a lot of options too if you want to turn some things off or some things on. It also comes with the functionalities that he only wears his helmet in combat, so you get to see his beautiful face. You look like, well, you get to feel like you're actually talking to a human being instead of just, somebody behind a mask. That was Vander, yeah, the courier replacement mod. If you're not familiar with Couch Warrior or his work, his link is in the description below, and that's a rabbit hole of entertainment right there. Couch Warrior is bar none the best Skyrim content creator, in my opinion. Just everything's super cinematic. The stories he tells are incredible. Production quality is top notch, professional quality. And his characters are just some of the most lovable characters you'll ever see from anybody in this game. So do go check that out if you love Skyrim content. It's more of a cinematic experience than it is like a tactical one like we're doing here for Permadeath. But it is nonetheless extremely entertaining and highly recommended. Who do you pray to? I like RK because he saves my ass once a day. That's great, actually. I would be doing something like that too. Right now we're doing Mara because that was another random roll. A big part of the identity of this channel is doing permadeath on legendary difficulty, but randomly rolling for all the big character defining stuff. So like religion, race, using Skyrim Unbound.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
To give us random starting locations, and then I use random rolls to do race, class, and birth sign as well.
This'll clear up soon. I'm sure of it.
Still prefer AFT. AFT is great too. Nethers just provides more options. It does everything AFT does, except it moves the options from the dialogue system to the MCM. So you need SKSE in order to run it, but once you get it up and going, you have a little more fine-tuned control over everything. Yeah, doing Mara right now because it was randomly rolled through Wintersun. Arcade is great. Things like the Lover Stone is also great, and things like the I want to say the Apprentice Stone also, that gives you anything that gives you a saving roll is awesome for permadeath. And those are the three things I can think of off the top of my head. Oh yeah, you can also unlock saving rolls through Sacrosanct if you want to be a vampire. Also awesome. Oh yeah, Couch Warrior. Yeah, he does voiced characters as well, and they're all super high quality. Yeah, link in the description below. Just follow the link to the Couch Warriors channel, and there's an endless black hole of entertainment there for you. Got my game face on today. Yeah, Magus is quick on those buttons today, isn't he? Moderator extraordinaire. Still need to watch his newest videos. I've been busy fixing my game after AE messed it up, but now that that's done, I need to watch all the videos I'm behind on. He's been, you know, putting them up there pretty quickly too. With the amount of production that goes into those things, he's been hard at work on those, and they're all great. To me, Couch Warrior fires on all cylinders when he's got different characters interacting, much like EJ did with her Dawnbreakers series as well. But just finding different combinations of characters to pair up and see how they interact is endlessly fascinating to me, and he does a really good job with that. Can you ask a follower to build camp, gather horses, hug, dance? You might be able to. I have not explored that far into Nethers, but I've never found a big need for those either. Those are great roleplay mechanics, but as far as you know, tactical permadeath gameplay mechanics, not as significant, not as impactful, I would say. They might be in there somewhere. I don't know. I still use AFT primarily because I'm juggling all these characters and they were made in old saves. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good reason. AFT patches like more followers and no spell damage between followers. Robard and Ida Stag together are fabulous hour of entertainment. Yes, indeed, that was great. That was the last episode, and those two going at it. It's just the lockpick comment. It was he spent 3 lockpicks to get into that one chest, and there was like 46 gold in there. Robard was like, ooh, Canis root. Robard was like, so 46 gold, that would buy you what, 3 lockpicks? And Ida Stag was like, you smart ass. That was like my favorite part of that episode. And somebody called, I think it was Magus who called it out on the Discord, and I was like, yeah, that was like the same thing that I came to the Discord to call out. Okay, is that a spider over there? It feels like it is. So let's see if I can get him from the long shot. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a bear. That's just the one single bear.
Come on, come on!
Paralyze that guy. Keep the poisons flowing on him here. There we go. Man, these bears can be scary on permadeath. I tell you what, legendary difficulty permadeath, these guys are nuts. Okay, we should also drop these bear pelts off for Tembla. Or Temba. I thought it was Tembla. With an L. Have I been calling her Tembla this whole time and it's just Temba? 3 lockpicks, yep. And we haven't even seen Castian yet. That is a good, that's a good point. He's kind of the main character of this whole thing, right? So what's going on with him? And Marl being on the run from both him and Twist. Marl's got something up his sleeve, otherwise he wouldn't be coming back out of hiding, right? Yeah, the depth of field effect just looks too good to get rid of at this point. I was never a big fan of depth of field, but now seeing it with the reshade and everything, it's just, it's so good. I can't not run it. Ooh, another canis root. I have these planted both at Lakeside Manor and in Ryex's End now, so I don't need to keep picking them, but sometimes it's nice to have some just on hand in case I need a quick paralysis poison, you know? Okay, now we have an enemy mage up here at the Shadow Stone. It might be a conjurer. Not really sure, but let's go ahead and get topped off on magic resistance here. Put a paralysis poison on our blade. And let's see if we can get him or her with Doppelganger first.
I'll try and make it stop.
Conjurer Adept, yeah, she would be really tough.
Oh no!
You okay over there, Eric? I think we need to get a courage spell for you. He's looking a little spooked. It's alright, bud. I just told you what was going to go on here. It's not like you weren't ready for it or anything. Plus, you're a badass. Look how well armored you are. I've never seen you go down in battle once. God, he still looks freaked out. It's alright, bud. He's gone. Or she's gone. We're safe. Relax. Okay, now we got 8 out of 10 standing stones to unlock shared ancestry. So now, I like to try to merge roleplay in with the tactical gameplay of doing the permadeath stuff and trying to get as strong as possible to stay alive on legendary difficulty. But Eric, he's acting a little hesitant. He's very strong in battle, but he's kind of given me some indications that he would, you know, rather maybe not be out here fighting these fights. Permadeath freaks him out a little bit, it seems. So maybe he would make a better steward for our Lakeview Manor over there. And it would be nice to have a little bit of muscle over there too to protect Isolde and, you know, at some point, some kids that we'll adopt as well. But for now, he's our adventuring buddy, so we'll keep him around. I also like the Dunmer racial ability, the unlockable Dunmer racial ability through Imperius, which gives you the invulnerable ancestors to fight for you. So taking on a Dunmer follower would also be a tactically wise decision at some point too. And there are a few Dunmer Whoa, Eric! Here, I'll let my Mara devotee status heal you up. So let's see. Return to Temba. We'll put that on hold for now. Let's get the ore sample from Filnyar here in Shore's Stone. Never have enough ingredients. Yeah, your character looks awesome. Well, thank you. Do what I can. Probably spend way too much time. Well, you know, with a permadeath character, if I die and I have to randomly, you know, scramble to get another one rolled to continue the play, I don't spend as much time on these characters as I normally do with my other characters. But I try to make them look good, especially like, you know, with with armor and weapons that are suitable for the class and the character background and the race and everything. Aesthetics is a huge part of any character, I think. Okay, we either got spiders or we have wolves or we have mages. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't know what it is, so I'd like to try to avoid them. Keep an eye on it, though. This fog is really thick. Okay, we're hidden, so they're not detecting us. I hear fighting over there. Leave them to fight their own battles. No giants in this part of Skyrim. Yeah, with Eric hitting the ground. Yeah, the devotee status of Mara actually gives you free healing over time for your followers or any allies within a certain radius of you. So I actually heal Eric for free just by being around him. Oh, actually, never mind.
Good day. I can take you to any of the hold capitals.
Yeah, never mind. We're going to do this on foot. See, we got anything to sell off? How is our encumbrance doing? It's a little high. Let's see if we have anything to sell off here.
So many refuse to talk to us.
Wow, her eyes are piercing, aren't they?
Thieves and smugglers.
Very cool looking.
I am glad to see that you are not such a one.
Yeah, not at all. What do you got for sale? Let's trade.
Take a look.
Staff of Flames can go. This gold ingot. This guy, don't need that. The Malachite, not going to use. We're not a crafting class. Say that 10 times fast. The amulets we'll keep. The Grey Cowl we don't need. Forgot to pop a barter potion too. Keep forgetting to do that. Eric is going to get to the point too here where he's going to start giving us jewels as gifts instead of crafting materials, which is going to be nice.
May your road lead you to warm sands. Do you believe all this talk of dragons?
We'll keep our eye out for more canis root too, like this one right here I don't think I've picked yet.
Come and see what good I
every part of Skyrim there is talk of dragon sightings.
Follow the road north of here. I don't think I'm going to engage with Fort Greenwall. Those bandits can be kind of tough. And the rogue, being the money-grubbing bastard that he is, he's not going to fight for free. If somebody's paying him enough to put his life on the line, then yeah, he'll do it, but he's not going to get into any kerfuffles that he can avoid if he's not getting paid for it, you know? Canis root, though, I will go out of my way for. Those are paralysis poisons, each and every one of them. Those are always good to have on hand. And if you can pick them out, they are plentiful out here in the Rift. It's just you gotta know where to look for them. They're usually at the foot of these rocky outcrops over here, and they blend in with their surroundings quite well, so sometimes you just gotta be a little more vigilant about looking for them. But they are plentiful. There are plenty to be had if you know where to look and what they look like. Yep, just combine the canis root with imp stool and a red mountain flower. You got yourself, or not red mountain flower, Mora Tapanella. And you got yourself a nice little poison, say that 10 times fast, poison of paralysis with a damage over time effect. Oh, here's Fort Greenwall. God, you can't even see that through the damn fog. Hopefully we don't get accosted by a bear. Aren't really any saber cats down in this part of Skyrim, so at least there's that.
Why they built the fort here.
Saber cats will ambush you. They're a little more sneaky than bears. The bears you can hear coming from a mile away. But they are very quick and very strong, so you still got to be on your toes when they're around. I'm going now. Have a good live stream. You're doing a great job. Oh, thank you. I hope to see you again doing another live stream. Absolutely. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't. That'll let you know when I'm streaming, and it also get you aware of the build guides and other videos that I do on the channel. So yeah, thanks for joining, Christian. It was good having you. Nice having these Skyrim conversation and seeing new faces or new names in the chat. Have a good weekend, okay? All right, Shorestone. Just gotta take these open world little travel bits very seriously because they can spell the end of you really quickly on Legendary. Who's this guy? Kioli?
I love the rift. You don't get any of that ice water you get up north.
Sorry, let me get that sword out of your face.
From time to time, but most days it's just an endless parade of petals rocking gently to sleep, like a living lullaby.
Sounds boring. I got stuff to do, but I'll catch you around. Here we are, Shorestone. Made it in one piece.
I hope you haven't arrived here looking for work in the mine.
No, I'm actually here for Elgrim's ore sample.
It's about time. I sent them a letter weeks ago. Ah, that Elgrim. He'd forget his own pants if his wife didn't help him dress.
Yeah, that guy's a doofus.
Tell Half-Yord that she can chip off whatever she thinks is a fair trade for their time.
Okay. But tell me about this mine. What's going on down there? How come nobody can work in there?
It's full of spiders. That's what's wrong with it. Almost killed Grogmar and me when they showed up. I'm worried that they'll come out of the mine looking for food soon. Then we're in even bigger trouble.
And the town guards can't help you?
Yeah, they're as useless as a fifth wheel on a wagon. Gave me some sort of line about keeping an eye out for enemy soldiers. What's the point in protecting this place if the mine's completely useless?
What running animation is that, out of curiosity? Okay, that is... Ow. I'm running Leviathan for everything except for the running animation, and the running animation has some kind of unpronounceable name to it. I'll clear them out for you. How about that?
Keep to your word.
Yeah, Leviathan does the walk animation, the sprint animation, and the standing idle animation for males in this game, but the running is something else. It's got like an X or something in it. I'll take a look here in a minute.
I don't want to be responsible for sending you to your death. Be careful in the mine.
Magus, do you know off the top of your head what the regular running, the default running and sprint animation is under the Nulvis guide? It's the one that gives the kind of like the perky hands up run. If you're still around, because I know like Merrick had the same little jog animation too. It's one of the more believable ones that have been made. Nice pick, man. Oh, thanks. Yeah, most of my game, most of the visuals, the animations, the textures, and everything are from the Nulvis guide. So if you're interested in overhauling your game to make it look like mine, there's a link in the description below for that. There've been a few updates to that guide, so things, in my opinion, look even better now than they did before when I did this stuff. But some of the other, like the animated armory stuff with the rapier animations and stuff, that was me. I've added that to it. Okay, let's take care of these spiders. Shouldn't be too bad. At this point, I might pop a resist poison. Potion. Oh, thank you, Magus. Oh, jeez. Yeah, good thing I popped that poison. They're just really getting me here. Eric, you want to get in there?
I can take you.
Get our doppelganger spell up and running here. It's really hard to dodge these poison balls when you can't see where they're coming from. It's really dark in here.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
Wow. Welcome aboard, Tradewind, by the way, too. I don't know if I've seen your name in chat before. Hope you enjoy it, that you stick around for a little while. We have some fun here, I think. I think there are still more spiders down. Yep. There we go. There's one. I think I can frenzy him. Oh, damn. The angle got me on that one. I think there are 2 more spiders down there. If we can pit them against each other, that can... make our job a little easier here. Whoa! Shot in the dark there, and it actually hit. Nice. Yeah, that dodge that I did, I heard the poison coming. That's just the doppelganger. He'll disappear. I heard the poison coming, so I knew to move, but I didn't see it until the very last second there. Okay. So I didn't think that was going to be too much of a challenge, and it really wasn't. Usually some jewelry in the knapsacks here, and some healing poisons, or healing potions. Very nice, very nice. Been watching the VODs on YouTube. Just now had a chance to tune into a stream. It's terrific. Oh, awesome.
Do you think we'll find gold nuggets in here?
Thank you, thank you. Well, I'm glad you made it live too. It's good to talk with some people who have been watching the videos and stuff. To have like a real-time conversation, or you know, as real-time as you can get with the YouTube chat as delayed as it is. It's nice to have like a little conversation with the people who've been watching the videos for a while. Always love seeing it. So thanks for joining. Glad you can make it this time. Yeah, I know everybody's schedules aren't always conducive to being able to join live, but it's always fun when you can. I'm the same way. There are a lot of people here in chat that do their own live content, and I wish I could join every single time, but...
Nasty little buggers, aren't they?
So I cleared the mine of those nasty little buggers for you. Yeah, I wish I could join a lot more often than I do.
That's incredible. Finally, we can reopen the mine and put Shore's Stone back on the map.
Looks like it's updated a few times since I played Merrick, but might be the Vanguard animations. I'll see if I can dig Merrick's list up as well. Oh, thanks for looking. It just, with the amount of mods that I have running, it takes forever to shut down the game and look at the mod and then reload it. But you know, maybe it's worth doing that right now. So yeah, I'm running a couple different animations. The Leviathan one does the standing animations, and he'll kind of do the little fist thing where he looks down at his fist and then shakes it out. Yeah, right there. This is all Leviathan. And then the walking animation, which is actually kind of badass. He's walking around like he's gonna kick some ass. And all the males in the game do that too. They're walking around like they're looking for a fight. Makes me chuckle when I see it. And then the sprint animation is also Leviathan, which is pretty close to vanilla, actually, now that I'm seeing it. But the jog animation is something else. You know what? Let's just go ahead and make a save here. I'll go check it out. We're just going to be marching up to the Apprentice Stone anyway. Or not the Apprentice Stone, the Atronach Stone. So, let's see. The animation... I think it's the NDH's one. I'm pretty sure it's this one right here. Yeah, this is the one. So NDH is pretty unpronounceable, as I suspected. But yeah, there are female and male animations in this mod, and it gives you all kinds of like choices and stuff. It's a faux mod installer. I don't like the way that it sprints, and I like the Leviathan walk animation a lot better. So I'm pretty much only using it for the run animation, and yeah, it does look very natural, I think. So there's that, NDH animation overhaul. Sorry, Magus, that you were spending all that time looking that up. I could have just, you know, popped into MO2. Yeah, Merrick was running Lexi's base as a guide, but I thought you had the same one. Seems to be replaced with the current Nulvis setups. Yeah, it didn't look like from Couch Warrior's newest videos that he's running Nulvis as well. It looked like there's a lot of stuff that changed, at least subtly. From what I have running. I tend to, once I get a base, a good mod base up and running. Oh geez, why is my, there we go. Wasn't even full screen. Once I get a good modding base, I'll keep it for years. I hope I can keep it for years. And by that time, by the time it's time to reinstall, I hope AE modding has caught up and been fixed up and everything. We hang on to those good bases for years. Yeah, Strudel knows. Strudel knows. Magus has a different modding setup every week, I feel like. People, you know, just have different things that they're willing to do, things that they like to do. I like modding in small doses, so I'll do incremental changes to... I have like a profile version that I use, and I'll incrementally add things to my mod list as I go, and test it thoroughly before I use it. So I'll add to a good mod list over time, but I won't completely wipe out and start fresh like Magus does a lot for every character, actually, I think. She's also updated several times as well. Plus, Lexi has updated. Yeah, Merrick was around 521. It's been a good 7 to 8 months since this played, but it doesn't feel that long ago. Yeah, time flies when you're in Skyrim, right? You can make the time go a little slower by messing with your time scale. That's a Skyrim joke, for those who know. Oh, I just got a text message from Mark Kelly, apparently. Wanting my vote. We'll see about that, Mark. I thought it was my wife or something. Been getting a lot of the campaign emails and text messages from everyone. Must be that season, huh? We can all find things to fight about all over again. Back to Skyrim. How about that? So these watchtowers here have been attacked. They usually you can get some insight onto what happened. Reinforcements are on the way, but it wasn't fast enough. But as opposed to these watchtowers, the watchtowers closer to Riften, these ones, nothing is marked as stealing. So you get to take it all for free. It's all just free money if you have the encumbrance for it. Pretty much an entire fresh start for every character. My must mods. Immersive Speechcraft, that's actually part of Nulvis, I think, now. Thane Runes, I don't think I have that. Yeah, a lot of the interiors and stuff. Stuff that doesn't really touch gameplays or visuals so much, I skipped in the Nulvis guide, so things like interior overhauls, city overhauls, and stuff that don't add to the gameplay, I've kind of left out. Lootable crates, Actually, there's a replacement for lootable crates now. There's the base object replacer, which is fairly new. It comes with a config file where you can get the base ID or the ref ID. I think it's the base ID. You put that in the config file and map it to another base ID of another object. So all of the like empty crates you can replace with stuff that's lootable, like barrels, and the non-lootable barrels you can replace with actual lootable barrels, which is a more compatible way of doing it, I think. There's also dynamic things, which makes some of those non-lootable crates and barrels actually lootable. But I've seen it conflict with other mods here and there, and even vanilla things. That's probably a bear, huh? Nope, that's a troll. Can I calm the troll? If I can hit it, I can calm the troll. But what fun is it to calm a troll, huh? Resisted doppelganger? Yeah, well, let's just fight this troll, huh? Get him, Eric. Between the two of us, we should be able to destroy this guy. Okay, good.
All things considered.
Take his fat for some potions. Oh, and there's Mr. B's lootable things. Yeah, there you go. Mr. B's in the chat. And he also has some pretty awesome mods too, so look him up on the Nexus. His food mod is second to none, really. He's constantly working on it too, so do check him out. He does some live streaming now and then too, on either YouTube or Twitch. I think he bounces around a little bit. Oh, are you and Magus? Okay, so Strudel is the queen of sharing brain cells. Sometimes she'll share it with me, sometimes she'll share it with Magus, but she's always sharing a brain cell with somebody. She was a librarian, so maybe she's now like checking out brain cells like they're books. Checking them out to people who want to borrow them. Okay, we're heading out to the hot springs over here to grab, or at least discover, the Atronach Stone out here somewhere. And once we have all these standing stones discovered, it would be nice to have as a tactical advantage just to be able to grab these on our way to like some big boss fight or something as needed. So it will give us a tactical advantage too to have access to all these standing stones. Provided we can actually get there. There's a skeever. Poked him. Now, skeever tails actually do have a fortified light armor effect to them, and a health poison effect as well. So they're worth grabbing whenever you encounter a skeever. Goats don't really give us anything useful unless we want their horns for our house. We'll leave them alone. Not worth chasing them around, but Mora Tapanella gives us damage health over time, lingering damage health, so those are always worth grabbing. Grabbing Gavin. Gavin be grabbing, and he be stabbing. Okay, I hear wolves. Let's just throw out a preemptive discord. Oh! He was closer than I thought.
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
You talking about me or the wolves there, Eric? Calling me a fool? Oh, that's why I don't have many left. Talking about the brain cells. Good one, good one. Mr. B on Twitch. Okay, thanks for the shout out there, Magus. Mr. B is a good dude. He broke his ankle not too long ago. He's been using streaming as a way to kind of get his mind off of things for a little bit, so he could use the attention and the kind words, I think. getting more follows on Twitch will probably also help him feel a little better as he recovers. So please do go do that if you are on Twitch. Oh no, a thief? I can't deal with you right now, bud. Sorry, Eric. There you go. Thieves are tough in this game, so they're a pretty good litmus test for the strength of your character. Oh my god, I'm running out of encumbrance. I'm gonna have to load Eric up here. I don't know what Eric was fighting over there, but the thief really...
Of course.
Picked a bad time. I don't know why I grabbed that axe, but alright. Alright, thank you, friend, for carrying this stuff for me. 285 looks a lot better than 430. Oh, he was fighting another skeever. Take your tail. Which has been your favorite character RP-wise thus far? I'm curious. RP-wise, I would have to say Alucel. I mean, that was early on in my YouTube career, I guess. That's not really a career. I'm not making any money off of this thing. Yet, anyway. But Alucel, the Alteration Swordsman. That was part of the Ghosts of Yore event that we were doing over on the Character Crusade Discord. So Joe, the Panicked Monk, let's see here. I know Doppelganger doesn't work on this guy, but Spectral Missiles should. You okay over there, Eric? Yeah, I'll once I can get away from focusing on this troll here, I'll continue that thought. Yeah, it was an event that we did on the Character Crusade Discord. It was kind of a role-playing challenge where you would get a random character. Well, not random. At that point, it was more of like almost like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, where he'd give us the sound bites and the story and stuff to use, and then we would play through it in our own way and kind of add our own personal elements to it, depending on, you know, what we encountered in the game and what our character backstories and motivations and stuff would lead us to. And it was just a really cool experience. I think that was Skyrim Unbound Season 2, or was it 3 that Joe did the story for? That was my favorite one. Also, I have a soft spot for Bratwurst, the Brown Hand. He was our knight character. A few characters before this one. And he was very juvenile. I was using Jackson's Renamer to rename people how Bratwurst would think that their names were pronounced, and it ended up just being, you know, juvenile poop puns on everything, which was a lot of fun. Loves me some toilet humor. I hear some more wolves over here. Discord has a little bit of an area of effect, so I might actually hit them. Nah.
That went pretty well, all things considered.
I kind of wish they hadn't hidden all the Unbound channels. Oh, are they gone now? It was fun to go back and refer to them. Yeah, I didn't realize they were gone now. There was a lot of good stuff in there. I guess Gemma needed more channels or something, and those hadn't been touched in a long time, but they were good for archive purposes. Honestly, it sounds really interesting. I think part of why I like RP in Skyrim is because I've got no one to play D&D with. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why a lot of us play it. I know Couch Warrior is a big fan of the guy who basically started the Character Crusade Discord that we all did this challenge on. Both him and the Panic Monk who ran that challenge are both huge D&D fans, and I think in some way they do Skyrim roleplay as a replacement for in-person Dungeons and Dragons roleplay, or at least an extension of it. Okay, we got a bear here. It's a cave bear. Yeah. I want to save my paralysis poisons for when I need them, but this guy seems real tough. Let's do a doppelganger here. We can do some slow. Are you okay, Eric? Eric's losing a little bit. I think he's got a little PTSD or something. Okay. Now, I never remember off the top of my head exactly where this Atronach Stone is. I think it's closer to Darkwater Crossing, which is, I think, all the way down here. So we do have some... Yeah, Darkwater's right here, because here's the bridge going into that town, and I think the Atronach Stone is maybe over this way. It's pretty close to Darkwater Crossing, so if we keep heading this way, we'll run into it eventually. Just keep checking the compass. Keep our head on a swivel, because there probably will be more wolves and probably some more bears around here. Dragon's Tongue gives us a Fortify Illusion Potion, which makes our illusion spells stronger. It's actually... alchemy... When it fortifies illusion and destruction, it actually amplifies it, whereas the enchantments just make them cheaper to cast. So illusion potions and destruction potions are very, very nice in this game because of that. Now, since we're in the open world here, we got a lot of weather going on. I'm going to be quick saving quite often just in case we crash. When it has a lot of stuff going on like this, especially while I'm streaming, it tends to make it more likely to crash. So I'm not save scumming, I'm just making it so we don't lose progress in case we lose the instance of our game here. Getting a little too north here, so we're going to cut back to the left here as we can. If we can hug this outcrop to the left here, it'll take away that left flank, so we only have to concentrate on stuff to the right. Okay, I hear wolves. Don't see them because of the damn rain. Oh, there's something right there. That's just a fox. The wolves, I think, were over here.
Someone there.
Looks like I got a couple of them, actually. That's good. They can fight each other. Oh, maybe there was just the one.
I can take you.
Oh, they're not gone, they're just hidden. We could speak to Gemma. Okay, it's nice to know that it's still there. I feel like I heard another wolf barking. Oh, there's the compass marker for our standing stone there too. Open world traversal is so much harder when it's raining like this. I mean, the weather looks great, but there's such a tactical disadvantage for traveling with this kind of lack of visibility. The rain is loud too. Yeah, because of the mods that I'm running, I can't turn it down in the settings either. So the rain, I could turn this all the way down and it doesn't do anything. Unfortunately. Yeah, sorry about that. Audio balances are something that are really, really tricky to get right. So when I do get them in a good spot, I try not to fiddle with them too much. Unfortunately, that means that storms like this are going to be both blinding and deafening. Which to me is okay because it presents a tactical challenge. I know some people with sensitive sensory organs might find it hard, and I do apologize for that. There's not a lot that I can do about it without having to switch back and forth to OBS and turn things down and back up again once the weather is done. That just kind of really jacks with the flow of the stream. Takes you out of your rhythm and stuff, you know? It's like an old watchtower or something over here. This is interesting. Oh. Hopefully there aren't any like necromancers or anything around here. Crosis, that's restoration. We'll sell it. Can't use it. We're illusion only. This might be where the Shrine of Mana Marco is, honestly, and if that is correct, then I think that there are a couple of necromancers out here that tend to be pretty strong, so we're going to be careful and we're going to try to avoid them. Okay, we're getting close to our stone here, though. Thane rooms add just a room for your Thane to crash in the palace. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured when I saw that name. The carriage stops I do like a lot as well. They give you a viable means of fast travel so that you don't feel like you're cheating. You at least have to get to the stops, right? Okay, we're like right on top of this thing now. Just can't see more than like 2 feet in front of me. Right up here on this little hill, maybe? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Alright, mission accomplished. We found the Atronach Stone. I'm not going to take it yet. I'm still using the Thief Stone. Or the Warrior Stone, actually. To give me better power attack damage and to increase our warrior skills faster, which is important at the time being. That's what's keeping us alive more than anything, except for maybe illusion. Okay, so now we're pretty close to Darkwater. We just need to head this way, I think. We'll get to Darkwater, and there's another carriage stop in Darkwater. Yeah, this is the correct bearing, I think. And then there's another carriage stop in Darkwater, and we'll use that to get to where our next stones are. I think there's the Lover Stone near Markarth, which we might take. There's also the Steed Stone in Hafengar near Solitude. And then there's the one in Morthal, the Apprentice Stone, and then the Lord Stone, kind of west or east southeast of that. Okay, there's a scavenger over there. Okay, it's all right. That's your haul. We don't need it. Where's Darkwater? God, this is so hard to make your way around. That looks like Darkwater right there. Who are you? Ureni. Okay, she's the one with the dog. Although I don't see the dog following her. Oh, there it is. Catching up. Alright, we are in Darkwater. Excellent. Okay, that was a little treacherous, a little stressful, not gonna lie. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna find the carriage stop, which is, I think, closer to the bridge over here. And then we'll take that to, maybe we'll do Markarth. We'll go do the Lover's Stone once we're there. 5 p.m. We might be staying at the Silverblood Inn there, and then we'll head out in the morning for visibility purposes. But yeah, before we do any of that, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break, and I will be back very shortly, okay? See you soon. Who does number 2 work for? Good call. No, I just did the number 1. If I did the number 2, you'd know it. I'd be back. I'd be proud of that. I'd be like, hey guys, guess what I just did? Was really timely with that quote there too. The heavy bowel movement. Oh, we love poop humor over here, don't we? All right. Let's get back at it. I also had to get some food in my stomach. I was drinking a Monster Energy drink, and it was one of the 0 sugar ones. So it kind of like bolsters your metabolism a little bit, and then it makes you like really hungry if you don't have any sugar in it. So had some Belvita breakfast biscuits there. They were really good. Have some fiber, a little bit of sugar, some protein, but they tend to last. Where the hell is this carriage stop? Still can't see a damn thing in the rain. Okay. So yeah, let's go to Markarth. Thanks for sharing. Anytime, Strudel, anytime. All right, what time we got? 7:30 p.m. Yeah, let's go grab a room. Have we been to Markarth yet? I believe we have, so we don't have to deal with the whole attack anymore. Question asked, we'll see what comes up. Oh, are you asking Gemma about the Unbound archives? Sorry, I'm just trying to get caught up on chat here. I missed a lot while I was traversing the hot springs there. She's got a cool sword. It's the Akaviri saber, I think. I like the straight blades like that. Oh, okay. That was it.
The Silverblood Inn has
yeah, I had a Belvita breakfast biscuit, or a package of 4 of them, and I had a little packet of applesauce from Kirkland, from Costco. It's good stuff. Now I'm feeling good. All right, Klepper.
This is the Silverblood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself.
The Silverbloods, I'm guessing? I just need a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
All right, then.
Yes.
And I think I've stayed here before. I know where the room is, thanks.
I understand.
Uh, 7:42. Let's go ahead and just have a seat. We'll hang out for a little bit. We'll take off the helmet and the cloak.
Bobby, our customer needs a drink.
Yeah, Frobby, get over here.
Lazy to get him a drink yourself. Oaf.
Oaf. Frobby! I'm hungry.
You want a drink?
Yeah, what you got on the menu?
Depends. Are you thirsty, hungry, both?
Both, a little bit. Let's see, what do you got? What do you got? I think I have one of those special drinks left over from the Bee and Barb, so that'll be good for tonight, but we need something for dinner here. She doesn't have much, does she? All right, well, I guess I'll just go cheese, apple, carrot. Oh, she's got the venison chop. Good, good.
Of course.
Thank you, Frobby.
I should remind Klepper to clean this place up.
Oh, how you doing?
Why can't the men in this city leave me alone?
Well, sorry about that. I'm a married man. I wasn't trying anything. It was just, you know, we sat down. Thought you might want to have a conversation. Oh, it got a little more lively in here, didn't it? The bread, the venison chop. Let's go for a carrot. Nice. Haunting brew. We're not a mead guy. We'll go for the white gold tower though. Ooh, that was tasty. And a water skin. And there we are. All right, time for bed. Stop trying to seduce me, you minx. All right.
Need something?
Whoa. No, that guy's trying to seduce me too. I'm off the market, everybody. Leave me alone. I have a wife. He has a wife, you know. You know what she's called? Incontinentia. Incontinentia buttocks. Free cookies for anybody who gets that reference. Oh, Magus got it. I knew I could count on Magus to get my movie references. Alright, before we leave the room, let's go ahead and pray to Mara here. How are we doing? 129. Okay, not bad. So we got a good 13 points per second of health regeneration for Eric whenever we're close by. Keeping our meat shield alive is good for both of us, I would say. So apparently Michael Palin, who played that part in that Monty Python movie, that was The Life of Brian, right? For my money, that's my favorite Monty Python movie, is The Life of Brian. Yeah, apparently that was all ad-libbed. He was just trying to make all the extras that were playing the Roman soldiers laugh at that point. And they were actually trying not to laugh, and he was actually making them laugh. Which makes it all that much better. Those would be cool, integrated in the bot as a command, maybe? Movie references and quotes that match the game. That's not a bad idea. I'll have to think on that. Let's see, can I get up there from here? I think that I can. Now, I don't think I have to worry too much about Forsworn out here. But there are a lot of bears to be wary of. Now I'm shooting for that big tree up there. I think the Lover's Stone is just beyond that and on kind of the ridge of the mountains there. Yeah, I think the most dangerous thing I got to worry about up here are bears. We'll have the sword out and ready to go. 2 things, just in case. God, I'm really digging this depth of field with this reshade and the ENB. Just looks so great. It's kind of epic looking. Oh, okay, we got the old orc over here. I hope that's the old orc, because I hope those things aren't alive. Okay, yeah, that's definitely the old orc. Yeah, we're not going to give him a good death, even though that is the name of the series. That's what I named this series after. Was the encounter with that old orc who's looking for a good death. And in this Permadeath series, some of our characters get a good death and some of them do not. The last orc character I played, namely, specifically, did not have a good death because he blew himself up with his own electricity spell, aka the Zippity Zap. Had a delayed explosion effect on it, and it exploded right into our undercarriage, He killed us. That was not a good death. Slow and steady. It's the bear you don't see coming is the one that's going to kill you. Or the saber cat. What is that glowing green thing over there? Is that a... Oh, that is a Nirnroot. I thought maybe that was a Spriggan or something. Okay, there's the bear that protects the Lover Stone. Can I calm him? Or is he too strong for that? Nope, he's good. How am I doing on paralysis poisons? I have one left in the quick menu. And that's the only one I have. Okay, we might have to make another trip down to Ryex at some point to replace those, to replenish those. Other than that, we're going to have to go with the slow poisons. True comedy. All right, let's see. Can I get him with... This is a cave bear, right? Let's get him with Doppelganger. Oh, he resisted. Okay, but that didn't set him off, so that's good. Let's get where he can't get us and pepper him with the spectral missiles here. Eric? Let's go with the slow on this guy. Thank you, Eric. And thank you also for not doing the whole PTSD shout thing. Making me feel bad about bringing you along with me on this stuff. Now, which way am I going here? That is the wrong way, I think. Loverstone's just over this way, isn't it? Off to the left. There it is. The Loverstone is also great. The only drawback with the Loverstone is that it can make you over-encumbered if you get one of those enchanted items in your inventory and you weren't ready for it. But yeah, you get a saving roll with this one. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we got 10 out of 10, so now we get shared ancestry. So shared ancestry is actually pretty cool. I like shared ancestry a lot. It's one of my favorite Imperious powers that you can unlock. And what that does is it allows you to take the racial ability of a human or elven NPC. So Eric the Slayer here, his racial ability is Avatar, which I think it has a resist frost component to it, but mainly it's very fast regeneration of magic and stamina. So that would be helpful. And since he's a follower, I can cast it on him at any time. It doesn't hurt him. And then I'll get that Avatar ability for myself for a certain amount of time. So that's really good. Basically, you get all the other racial abilities if you're a Breton. But you also get to use it on things that you wouldn't expect, such as Draugr, since technically I think they were human. They do have a racial ability that you can steal from them, as do Falmer, which I think a lot of people maybe don't know about this power. So some very interesting things that you can do and explore with it. I like it a lot. And if I have an Altmer follower, I can get the contingency power from them, and that is probably my other favorite Imperious racial ability that you can unlock. Just a lot that you can do with that. Okay, there are Forsworn down there next to that bridge, so we'll try to avoid them. So what's next? I think we'll do Solitude, and we'll go get the Steed Stone. Next to Fort Ragstad up here. It's just right up here. Not ready for Malkoran yet. That guy is tough. So I won't be doing the Meridius quest just yet. I do have a level up that I can take. We'll keep that in the bank, just in case we need to do that tactically to replenish our attributes instantly, you know? I'm so glad you reminded me of that Monty Python bit. I had to rewatch the dickest clip to watch the Centurions fail to keep a straight face. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, and those extras, those actors were really trying not to laugh, and they just couldn't do it. And apparently, Michael Palin was at it for hours, doing that scene, just to see if he could get them to laugh. Love some Monty Python. Gonna have to unload these bear pelts at some point. They're getting kind of heavy, I think. Get back to Iverstead and hand them off to Temba. Okay, so back to the carriage. We're gonna head over to Solitude. I don't think we've actually done Solitude yet. Once we can probably do the we're gonna need to do the Bard's quest at some point to unlock the master level speech trainer there too. So we have that available. I think we'll focus on the Standing Stone first though. I don't feel like I've quick saved in a while, so I'll do that right now just in case we crash.
Traveling in the Reach is dangerous. You need a good carriage.
Well then I'd like to hire your carriage.
Where do you want
good
to go?
Sir. Kibbles and bits and bits and bits. Solitude, please.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
I will climb and back.
I can't wait here forever.
Oh geez. Keep your pants on. Or no pants if Magus is still here. All right.
I got this for you.
Oh,
It's
what'd you
nothing
get?
big, but I hope you like it. I want you to know I appreciate your friendship.
Well, I appreciate yours as well. Leather, huh? Just wanted to take this friendship thing to the next level, it sounds like. You don't just give a friend leather, you know? No pants, Magus says. Magus has a real aversion to pants.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rika. If not, just keep your nose clean while you're here, or you'll end up like Rogvir.
Rogvir? Who's Rogvir? And why don't I want to end up like him? Something tells me Gavin will find out soon enough. Ooh, leather.
They can't hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Position.
Here's this Rogvir again. Oh.
Go home and stay there until your mother.
Definitely gonna keep my nose clean, Eric. I don't want to end up like Rogvir.
Traitor!
The guard was right. He was so right.
That betrayed his high king. Best she know now, Advar.
You're all hard.
Gavin here is not actually even Dragonborn, so we didn't do the vanilla start. He has never had his head on the chopping block before, and he doesn't ever want to have it on the chopping block.
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Thoric. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way.
Rogvir's trying to get ahead in life.
Skyrim, and
Oh yeah, Lunar, I know. I'm just doing a little bit of roleplay here. Gavin doesn't know. And with the alternate start mod that I've been using, he actually didn't go through the vanilla start. The Skyrim Unbound mod allows you not to be Dragonborn as well.
I go to Sovngarde.
That was another thing that I randomly rolled for. It's kind of a crapshoot whether or not you can absorb dragon souls or read walls when you start a new game, if you do a random start. And Gavin indeed cannot read dragon walls, which means he is not Dragonborn. Okay, well that was a friendly welcome to an otherwise beautiful looking city. What are we doing here? Guess we're just touching base. I would like some more paralysis poisons. Let's see if the alchemist here has any ingredients that we need for more paralysis poisons.
Feel free to look around. We have
Some gate guard you were, indeed.
aromatics.
I like how the citizens of Solitude cheer for beheadings like they were, like we would, like a sports game, you know? It's hilarious. Yeah, actually I have been to Whiterun.
Wonderful. I hadn't really hoped to run into someone who'd been there. My daughter Fura was assigned to Whiterun after she joined the Imperial Army.
Am I playing on Xbox? No, I am playing on
I
PC.
haven't heard from
I'm playing
her
on a
lately.
pretty hefty PC too.
I've tried talking to Captain
You
Aldous,
probably
but he
won't be able to
hasn't
get your
been
game
any
to look
help.
like this on Xbox. But a lot of the gameplay overhauls that I'm running, they do actually work on Xbox. So if you're trying to get some of your gameplay to kind of match mine, you should be able to do a fairly decent job of it. Namely in terms of the Ordinator perk overhaul, Imperious racial overhaul, the Standing Stone overhaul. All of Enirim's, Enision's mods are on Xbox. And I highly recommend them. I haven't met her, but I could try to get more information. Welcome
that's
aboard,
very
Mengar
sweet.
Cameron, as well.
Anything you can find out from Captain
The
Aldous
notorious
would be
Mengar Cameron. Author of the infamous commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes. What can you expect in an Imperial city? Indeed, indeed.
Ah, so you're an alchemist then.
What do we have here? We're looking for Canis Root. I'll take your Canis Root. Do you have any Imp Stool? Yes, you do have Imp Stool. Excellent. And Mora Tapanella, maybe? Nah, that's okay. She does have the Slaughterfish Scales, which also do lingering damage. Anything else that paralyzes? Swamp Fungal Pod, maybe? No. Briarheart? Oh yeah, she does have a Briarheart. That's good. Okay.
Don't forget me next time.
So
you
that'll give us a
herd the
few at
potions.
least. That should get us through the trip to the Steedstone, and then I might make another detour down to Ryek's End and maybe Lakeview Manor in order to harvest some ingredients for more paralysis poisons, just in case we need them. Yeah, we'll only have the room for 2 of them. We might not need any more than that. I think we had 1 in our store already, so that should give us 3 total. Yes, indeed. Paralyzed for 10 seconds, drains target's health by 10 points per second for 10 seconds. That is a very nasty poison. And I do have more Imp Stool, Mora Tapanella, and Canis Root planted at both Ryek's End and at Lakeview Manor. So we'll hit those before moving on to Morthal. Oh wow, this guy's just got axes everywhere. Look at this. He's got a sword, he's got a headsman's axe, and he's carrying another. Oh, that thing is bloody. Dude is a badass. Alright, yeah, let's head over to close to Fort Hragstad. We're not actually going to clear out Fort Hragstad. We're not going to pick a fight that somebody isn't paying us a lot of money to do. But there is the Steedstone right up there too, to the east of that fort that we do want to go get. So that's what we're doing. Mankar, he has almost 1,000 mods. Check out the description. Yeah. Actually, I'm running about 700, I think, total at any one time. So it's not huge. It's not a huge mod list like a lot of people run. Like Magus in the chat, he usually runs a very big mod list. And then you have like the Wabbajack mod lists on like the Aldernari one, which I think has something of upwards like 1,500 mods. Yeah, so this mod list isn't huge compared to a lot of them, but it's definitely pretty hefty, especially in terms of visuals and stuff like that. You have thought Bethesda would given you console users a bit more leeway with AE, but no, they screwed them once again. Especially the PlayStation users. At least with Xbox, they're allowed to have mods with scripts in them. PlayStation considers, or Sony anyway, considers mods with scripts or scripts to be external resources. So yeah, a lot of like the gameplay overhaul mods and stuff you don't get on PlayStation that you do get in Xbox, because Xbox does allow you to have your own meshes, textures, and scripts. Yeah, that would have been nice. Well, that's. I think that's less on Bethesda's end, technically, than it is on Sony and Microsoft's end, just what they're going to allow you to do to your game and your system. Okay, we got an Imperial Patrol. That's good. They won't bother us. Oh, the 150 mod limit and the yeah, that's a little stringent, especially on next-gen consoles. You would think that technically can handle a lot more than those just arbitrary requirements, those restrictions that they put on you. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of exclusive mods on PS4 and more coming because AE adds more assets to work with. True. It is impressive what some of those people do with PS4 mods and what they do with the vanilla assets. But they're still not hitting what you can do on PC or Xbox. Okay, the stone we're looking for is this way, and then we're gonna look for the stone structures off to the right that shows us where to veer off. There it is. Now I think this is pretty easy going over here. There is an interesting NPC from the interesting NPC mods, not just that he's interesting, but he's not hostile. As long as I can avoid the bandits at the fort over there to the west, we should be okay. I still got the sword out just in case, and I got a calm spell in my left hand. Just in case, but I think we'll be alright. Okay, good. Okay, there's stone number 11. We got 2 left, and they're both in the Morthal area here. So now that I'm not going to completely backtrack all the way back. I'm just going to do a fast travel. Excuse my fast travel, but I'm not going to go through terrain that I just literally went through. My advice, trade the PlayStation for Xbox if you want to console mod. Even better, build a PC and keep the consoles for exclusives and get the best of everything. Win-win. Yep, that's what I do. I don't have an Xbox because pretty much all the first-party Microsoft stuff has a corresponding PC release anymore, which is great. And then I have the PlayStation 5 kicking around for exclusives over there, and also something to play with friends if they come over, having people over, you know, play the Jackbox games or whatever. And it's completely PlayStation 4 back compatible too. I think there are maybe like 2 games that it won't support, but that's about it. Okay, let's head to Morthal. So yeah, that's why I have the PlayStation 5 and the PC and don't have an Xbox, because PC and PlayStation will get you just about everything.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
Oh, and I have a Nintendo Switch as well, but I tend to only play that when I'm traveling.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Now, the swamps of
Ready to go
Morthal
yet?
can be quite treacherous,
Better bundle up. This may keep up for a while.
so we're gonna have to be careful. I kind of wish we had more resist poison potions. What's my frame rate looking? I lost focus. Yeah, well.
What's the Jarl going to do about it?
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
Please, enough already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns.
There we go.
She'll look after you all. Please,
Frame rate's still
go about
60.
your
Okay,
business.
good. I thought I felt a little bit of framiness there. Probably just loading in the area.
Problems as it is.
Morthal has enough problems as it is.
Get back to it then.
Pick this thing just to, you know, get rid of the awful sound. We should probably check the thaumaturgist's hut. That's a hell of a word. See if we can get any poison would be nice.
Do come in. I hope I have what you need.
And I don't know off the top of my head which ingredients
Some are saying the
actually
Sijic monks
have that
have been
effect,
seen
so
in
I'm not going to be
Skyrim.
able to make one off the
Ah,
top of my
So
head.
you're an alchemist then?
But maybe she has one. Resist fire, cold, shock. Resist cold, resist shock. No resist poison. I'm just worried about spiders, and especially if there are Charas out there. I don't want to get stuck without protection, you know. But we do have a level up to fall back on if things get really hairy.
What business do college mages have in a place like Sarthal anyway? It's a place for Nord dead, not your weird experiments.
Weird. Well, they weren't really doing weird experiments. It was mostly just an academic trip, but I understand your concern. It does sound a little sus, doesn't it? She has 2 cure poison? Oh, thanks, Magus, for the heads up on that. That could come in handy, huh? Good call. I was looking for resist poison. I wasn't looking for cure poison, but cure poison could be even better. All right,
They
Lami.
say the college has been snooping around Sarthal. Mages in a burial crypt. No good can come of that. Ah, so you're an alchemist then?
Luckily, I have a Magus on my side that is very observant. Ah, cure disease, cure poison. Look at that. I may as well actually take a couple of the cure disease as well.
All right then.
Okay, the puppy wants a snack. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Dog just gets very pushy. She goes outside and she potties and she feels really proud of herself. Ask her about a
You're
book.
that one from the college. Heard about you.
You can do the whole ingredients gathering thing for her, but that's just a little tedious. And I personally, with an alchemy character, would rather save those ingredients for actually making potions and giving them away. Okay, well, let's get to it, shall we? Let's see. Cure poison. Oh, I have a bunch of cure poison. Well, that was a little unnecessary, but it's not going to hurt anything having extras, I guess. Death Bell are great. Actually, they look fantastic with this mod loadout. But they also do health damage, and they give a slow effect as well. So you can slow your enemies and damage their health, and that's what all these slow poisons do. I feel like getting a little framey here. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do a save, and I'm gonna reload the game because it's a little rough at the moment. This might be the depth of field acting up too. But I can't play like this. Let's restart the game. Hopefully that helps. Give it a second. Here we go. Yeah, so on the PlayStation 5, I've been playing It Takes Two with my wife, and we've been having a really good time with that. It won all kinds of Game of the Year awards. It's a co-op only game. Mostly platforming and stuff, and it has just a really touching story about this girl whose parents are divorcing, and she's trying to deal with it. So yeah, it's very... I want to say probably it has a more adult storyline to it, even though it's charming and everything. Basically, she wishes her parents into these little voodoo dolls that she made of them, and it sounds a lot darker than it actually is. It's actually very charming and sweet and emotional. And her parents are like learning to work together again and all that. So I don't know how it's gonna end up. So I don't know whether the message of, you know, sometimes marriage is salvageable. All you have to do is try. I think most of us who have been around in a while know that it isn't always salvageable. But it's still a good lesson nonetheless. Oh yeah, frame rate is much better now. Pretty much locked at 60. Oh, what do we... Ah!
It is a shame that was necessary.
Yeah, that's the other thing you gotta watch out for crabs. They're slow moving, but they can be very tough, and they can hit really hard too. So if they ambush you, they're very quiet as well. So they can ambush you, and they can get a snip on your hamstring or your Achilles, and they can take you out pretty handily. So gotta be aware of those too. All right. I think we need to head north. We'll head north toward the abandoned hut. I think once we're there, the standing stone will show up. Am I diseased or something? Why am I showing debuffs on my widgets up there? Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's a troll.
Come on!
And there's a frostbite spider too, huh? Or is that the doppelganger that showed up? Yeah, that was just a doppelganger. All right, Eric, you want to fight another troll?
Down and bleed to death. This is the end for you. That went pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah, not too bad. So it sounds like you're getting a little more confident there, Eric. I like that. I mean, if you're not cut out for all this fighting, you can tell me, you know. We do a lot of death defiance and harrowing things in this life that we've chosen. But it's not for every... Oh, here it is. I see it now. It's off to the west. Geez, when I saw Karn's desktop, I thought his chair had died. Or his chair, his character. Oh, yeah, no. Sorry about that. Welcome aboard, William. Glad to see you on one of these streams. Did you get to playing God of War yet? I know you just downloaded it. Don't know if you've actually booted it up or anything yet. The Khajiit sound like Rasta, Shadow Shaman from Dota 2, Warcraft Frozen Throne. I have not played Dota. I work with a guy who is super into it though, has like 10,000 hours on his Steam profile, probably more at this point. That was from like 2 years ago that he had that hour count. Some people are super into that game. Defense of the Ancients, I think, was a Warcraft 3 mod. And then it became its own thing. Okay, I hear another.
Thanks a lot.
Eric snipped him, or Eric got snipped by the crab. Not played it yet, still doing Ireland DLC in Valhalla. Oh, okay. So you're focused on that before you move on, huh? I'll get around to playing Valhalla at some point too. But I'm not gonna spend the money on it right now just to put it in the backlog. If it goes on a super deep sale or it makes its way to Steam or something like that, then I might buy it, but the only Assassin's Creed game I've played to date is Odyssey. I would like to go back and play Origins, though, at some point. I think it would be a lot of fun. Okay. Here is Standing Stone number 12. And I gotta get that damn Nirn route. Where is it? There it is. Okay, now I'm just gonna fast travel back to Morthal. I've already cleared the path, so it's gonna be kind of an uninteresting trip back. And now we're gonna head for the Lordstone, I think. Next to the Shrine to Mehrunes Dagon. So the entrance to this area is right next to the Hall of the Vigilant over here. You can take this little trail all the way up here, and then the stone is right up here. The Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon is farther over this way. This is also around where Dim Hollow Crypt is, so if we end up doing the Dawnguard questline at any point, it would be nice to have that on the map just in case, just to know where it is. Or whatever, get the lay of the land. Not that we'll be fast traveling there if and when we do this. Oh!
Over here!
Ended up not needing those potions at all, huh? Wow, that power attack is something else. That is a combination of the crosscut perk in the one-handed Ordinator skill tree and the Andromeda Standing Stone for the Warrior, which gives us increased power attack damage. And we also have this birth sign, or no, this is oh, we're thirsty. I'm running classic classes and birth signs reimagined. And for being a rogue, we get a rogue specific passive buff to our one-handed damage. This guy right here, the duelist. 20% more damage with one-handed weapons when your other hand is free. That's why I don't use a shield. So we have massively buffed damage with one-handed weapons, especially power attacks. Which is a big part of why this character has stayed alive for so long. And I am going to knock on wood now, because that could end at any moment, especially out here in the wilds. Okay, that guy doesn't look like he is angry at all. That actually looked like an afflicted. Our rogue Gavin here is probably more likely to try to avoid those epidemics than he is to try to dive in and stop them. Which, you know, living in the world that we are in now is probably not bad advice. Not a bad policy to live by. What's this over here? Skipped Stone Hills there. Or maybe this is Stone Hills coming up. Looks like it might be. Who's running? Don't ogle. I don't ogle. Stone Hills. Looks like there's a carriage stop for it too. Very nice. Good to know. Wouldn't be surprised to find more spiders on the way. More than likely we'll encounter some wolves as well, but nothing we can't handle. What I'm more concerned about are the unleveled assassins that are unaffiliated with the Dark Brotherhood that seem to have been added by one of my patrol mods that Nulvis has you install. Okay, what's in here? We got a skill book, Dancing Fire, Speech. Good, we can use that. We got a dead dude over here too. Sometimes there's some bandits fighting it out here too. We just gotta be careful for those. Saw some canis root in there. Lots of good ingredients. And what do you got on you? Just a hunting knife and vampire dust. Okay. Well, that was worth a quick little pit stop there. I'm gonna do a quick save here just to mitigate the risk of having a crash. If we do crash, we don't have to make up too much time.
Someone there.
Are getting close to our soft stop at 2 o'clock here. So, oh, there's an ice wraith. Okay, Eric, need your help.
This is the end for you.
God, these buggers are hard to hit, aren't they? Get in behind. So high. Let's actually pop a, this guy could probably two-shot us. Get some protection here. Are you fighting the doppelganger? Stop doing that, Eric. What are you doing, man? Eric is better suited for fighting ice wraiths because of his Nord blood gives him resistance to cold. God, if I could just get a bead on him here. Moves around so much.
Come on.
Get him, Eric. Nice. I would have gotten in there and been more of an active participant, but with, you know, the bright sun reflecting against the snow here, everything's really washed out and made it even harder to see the ice wraith, who is camouflaged and quick and translucent. Didn't want to bite off more than I could chew, you know? Am I going the right way? Yes. Catch up on chat here. Odyssey is my fave, though. Yeah, but you're a fan of the ancient Greek mythology and stuff, right? Odyssey was a great game. There was just a whole lot of it. A whole lot of it. It's a commitment. Day 6 has been a good success, though, in my opinion. Yeah. And I'm trying to get this one last stone before we quit for the day. And hopefully we can stay alive and hit a new record. Day 7 would be a new record for me. Does Idgrod support the imps or the stormcloaks? I think she's a stormcloak. If I remember correctly. I think it's the other person who takes over for her that's the Imperial. No, it's not. It is Imperial because she wants you to come. Her steward wants you to come do that. To have her relieved, and you had to take that note to the Imperials, right? I thought she was a Stormcloak, though. No, she's an Imperial because she's also invited to Elenwen's soiree. She's Imperial. Definitely Imperial. Yeah, thanks. I'm getting concurred with in chat here. Strudel is okay, which is good to hear. Dawnstars is, yeah, that's Scald the Elder. He is definitely Stormcloak. No two ways about that. There's nothing nothing ambiguous about his political leanings for sure. She gets sent to the basement in the Blue Palace. Yep. She sure does. Yeah, what got it for me is I remember seeing her at the embassy, at the Thalmor embassy in that party in the main quest line. They're not going to invite, they won't invite Stormcloaks to that kind of thing, for sure. Oh, there's some wolves over there. If they don't bother us, we won't bother them. How about that? Another dragon burial mound up there. Now, I do have dragons on unlocked on a level basis. We are technically level 18, but we will be level 19 as soon as we level up. I think I have dragons set to spawn at word walls at level 30 and then spawn randomly at level 40. So we still have a ways to go before those are a thing, but you know, we'll still encounter the burial mounds now and again. Might be nice to take mental note. It might be well advised to take mental note of where they are so we know where dragon spawns might be. Oh, those guys are definitely on their way. We're gonna be preemptive about this. I block him, you shock him. How about that?
Considered.
Oh, did he pop Avatar? He did, for a couple wolves. Yeah, kind of a waste, but alright. Nightcaller Temple up there. Looking good on the horizon. These Skyrim vistas still have yet to be beaten by any other game, in my opinion. If you get a well-modded Skyrim, you can put its vistas up against any other game, any other time, on any other system, and Skyrim's gonna win it. It's gonna win it. We have a little bit of support here. Put the sword away for now. Extra meat shields are always good. Let's go ahead and add the Dawnstar carriage stop at least to our map, and then we'll head back down south to the Hall of the Vigilance, and that's where we'll be able to get up that mountain to get to our last stone, the Lord Stone. Here we are. So we can fast travel back when once we get where we're going. We don't have to retread all this stuff again. Oh, Gemma unlocked Unbound again. Awesome. Some good roleplay characters in there. Yeah, there's a lot of learning in there too. A lot of good roleplay resources in there too if you want to study up on how to get more out of your game as well. Some really good stuff in there. Permadeath is really an amazing way to play Skyrim. I watched your Shadow Orc playthrough. Cool one. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, that was not a good death. that didn't meet the name too well of the series. He blew his own damn self up with his own electricity spell. But yeah. And since then, I've actually refined the new character procedure too, so that I can spin up a new character as soon as the old one dies. on a pure gameplay level, it's fun because it's fun to see how far you can get before you die. And then I think it actually also enhances... I've said this before. I hope I don't sound like too much of a broken record, but for people who are more of a roleplay, it's not for everybody, right? It's a very hardcore way of playing, and if you fall in love with your characters, then it can be heartbreaking to see one of them go. But in my opinion, it also... Oh, that scared me. It also does enhance roleplay. Because you really... It forces you to get into the head of a character that has his very life on the line. In every interaction, every encounter that you make, it adds this layer of tension of like, oh my god, I could actually die here and this character is never going to be seen again. There's a big ass spider over there. I hope that's the only one that is detecting us. Yeah, that's the only one. Whoa! Okay. Doppelganger. And doppelganger for you. Hang in there, Eric. Vegetable soup. Stamina is absolutely vital with the gameplay overhauls that I have running. Namely, TK dodge, I have to have stamina in order to dodge out of there and get the iframes from them. And Wildcat. If you have no stamina, your damage output is severely gimped, severely nerfed. So it's in your best interest to keep a full tank of stamina as much as you can, and that makes that vegetable soup even that much more important. Which is why I have a big old stock of it. No pun intended. A big stock of vegetable soup. Okay, so we're gonna avoid the bandits over here at Fort... Is this Greymore? This isn't Fort Greymore. Fort Greymore is the one over here next to Windhelm. This is the one with the Sabercat Inn or whatever. We're gonna try to avoid them. We're gonna give them a wide berth. Hopefully they'll leave us alone. If we're not actually going through the fort. Dunstad, you are correct, Magus. That's the one. I knew I'd know it as soon as I saw it. And that looks like the Hall of the Vigilance right there. That's the landmark we're looking for. Stumbling Sabercat, that's the one. My knowledge of these things are pretty good. The memory of them, not so much so. I can remember like half of the name. And then I have to have somebody else fill in the rest for me. It's part of getting these gray hairs on my face. Wow, somebody really made a mess of this place, didn't they? Some of this stuff sells for a pretty good amount. Shouldn't be any stragglers around here, so I'm gonna put the weapon away. Two things. Get the light stuff that is also fairly valuable. Gavin is not above a little scavenging, you know? A little light scavenging. Gotta line the pockets, you know? Home ownership is a great expense. He needs to do what he can to make some extra scratch to get Isolde the place that she deserves, you know? I don't remember now if the Nolvis Guide has the Keeper Carset mod that actually adds her back in. I don't see her dead body anywhere, so it might. I just don't remember if that was one of them. Anyway, I know it does add the mods to be able to take on the Thieves Guild leaders as companions. So Brynjolf, you can bring on Carlia, you can bring on as companion or followers as well. Yeah, okay, so now it's around this little outcrop up here where we're going. So it might have Keeper Carset. Just don't remember. What are you saying, Eric? Didn't catch that. All right, here's our little trail. This will lead to the Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon, but it will also, if you go the other way, lead to the Lord Stone. And that one does have some enemies at it, so we'll have to be ready for them. There might also be some ice raids up here too, so we gotta be vigilant for that. Vigilant, get it? Wow, the fox here really wants to hang out. There's also Dim Hollow, halfway up, which makes sense because that's like a big vampire hangout, right? And they totally sacked the Hall of the Vigilant, which is just down the hill from them. Is that a wolf that I see? No, that's another fox. Here's Dim Hollow Crypt, right up there. Oh, I see some interesting mod talk going on here. So let's see what we got. It's pretty fun. I do like what Requiem does to your game. Okay, cool. I do want to try out Requiem at some point. I'm still fiddling with the idea of installing a Requiem Wabbajack on Legendary Edition, just to mess around with the mechanics a little bit. I don't think it would be something that I would do for Permadeath. I don't think, but there are some really nice Requiem-focused mod lists over on Wabbajack for both LE and SE. I'd like to be able to check it out soon. Karn's becoming an official graybeard every week. Yeah, I blame my wife for that. Kidding. Every 2 levels you receive an additional perk point. How cheaty do you think that is on a scale of 1 to 10? That's really strong. Perks have such a huge impact on the strength of your game. The one that I'm running right now gives you an extra perk point every 5 or 10 levels. I think it's 10. And even that feels like a bit much to me sometimes. I'm considering reverting that. But seeing as how if I make it through today, I will be at day 7 with this rogue, and that will be the farthest I've made it in this series. I don't think I need to make anything any harder at this point. Every 2 with what overhaul? Vanilla and Ordinator is pretty OP. I run 20% more, which every 5 levels, which I think is what I'm doing as well. Where does that put her? Stendar's Beacon? It might actually. I don't really have any roleplay reason to go over there at any point, but we'll keep an eye out for her. Keeper Carset anyway. If it was 6, he'd be wrecking your enemies with Eric. You'd be biting those ankles. According to Vigilant Tolan, Keeper Carset was killed in the attack, although her body is not present at the ruins of the hall. Okay, so that's not something that mod changes. So, that's not definitive. It's not seeing her body there doesn't mean anything, apparently. Okay, it's getting vision's a little bit obscured with this frosty wind here. Okay, there's the Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon right up there. Oh, and there's our ice wraiths killing foxes. Maybe we can pit them against each other. It looks like there are 2. Did I get him? Well, I only see the one now. Let's do a doppelganger on this guy, if I can hit him.
Thanks a lot.
Spawned a bear. God, I can't even see him. There we go. Got him with the side attack. The side power attack. Okay. I thought that there was one more, too. I thought I saw 2 of them, but that just might have been my eyes playing tricks on me. Alright, there's the Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon right there, which means that the, yeah, there's the Lord Stone right there. So let's keep our head on a swivel here, because I think that there might still be another Ice Wraith around here somewhere. And I would rather not it get the drop on us. There are also some bandits that chill out up here too. See, I don't think I have the angle to be able to hit him with Discord, but I think there are 2. I can pit them against each other with this illusion spell here. Let's try to get the high ground. If I can get a higher angle on him, I have less of a chance of the spell projectile hitting. I can't get up there. Damn it. Hitting the blocks that he's sitting on. I can't get up there. What the crap, is our Austrian friend Barrowfish would say. Alright, well now he's standing up. No. I can get a better angle. I'm like a wedding photographer over here. I can get a better angle. I can get a better angle. I don't know where the other one is, but I should be able to hit that one just fine. Boom, there he is. Now, since this is the last battle of the day, let's go ahead and grab Avatar from Eric. Have that ready to go just in case. Now, how long does this last? 30 seconds, and I get regenerates 10% of your total magicka and stamina per second for 30 seconds. It's pretty strong. Oh, there are 3 of them up there. I thought there were only 2. Splash another one over there and just maybe see what we hit, just to keep that going.
Is someone there?
Oh yeah, now they're coming after us. Oh, that calmed him. I was trying to doppelgang him.
You're out of your league.
Okay, got him. Go ahead and pop Avatar here, may as well. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Oh, did I freeze? Oh, what the hell? I don't remember when I saved last. Okay, going a little bit over my time here, but I'm not in a huge hurry for anything right now. We can go a little bit long on this. I just want to get things squared away. Don't remember where I saved last. Right near the end of the stream, exactly. That was like the goal of what I wanted to do, and right at the end there. I think he was trying to do too much at once. I had Avatar going. I had the Doppelganger going. Eric might have popped his Avatar again because I don't think that there's a daily requirement on NPCs for those. You know, just discovering that last standing stone might have been doing something behind the scenes with the scripts to populate the powers that come along with that. There was a quick save. Crap, where was this? I think what I'll do now is I'll toggle God mode and I'll just run through the rest of this. Because I obviously made it, right? Everybody witnessed that. I'll just tear through the rest of this now. Yeah, okay, we weren't too far. We weren't too far. Now I'm not seeing the ice wraith up here. It's probably up here, farther up the steps somewhere, I'm guessing. But my ponder hasn't... Oh, I hear him.
Someone there.
There he is.
Oh, no.
Get him, Eric. There you go. Don't worry about the doppelganger, he'll go away. And quick save. We're gonna find our angle here. Hit these guys with Discord. Oh, he's walking away. Being a diva over there, I see ya. Those long-range precision shots are just not always the best, the easiest with the controller. I do play with the controller, by the way. I don't play on console, but I do play with a console controller. Okay, now they're both fighting doppelgangers of themselves.
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
Okay, quick save. Didn't end up using Avatar. That I just kind of wanted to demonstrate how shared ancestry worked there. I hope it doesn't crash every time I use it. It didn't in my off-stream play, so sure, it'll be fine. It was just kind of a perfect storm. Okay, so that's the end of that. Look at that. Lord Stone discovered. And you have found all 13 standing stones. Accepting a sign blessing now also confers an additional power, but I think it just gives you, yeah, Star of the West is the one you get for having the warrior stone. So that's another thing that we can put in our tool chest here. Invoke the warrior to refill health and stamina and fortify them by the amount restored for 30 seconds. That's almost like another, you know, having a level up, a tactical level up in your back pocket there. It doesn't restore magicka, but, you know, stamina and health are the big ones in terms of keeping you alive. So having a lesser power that you can do that once a day without having to level up is great. And it will also fortify you by the amount that it fills. So that's an awesome power to have. Okay, now before we end the stream, I just wanted to kind of show off the progress of Lakeview Manor. So I'm just going to fast travel around just to make it quick before I sign off for the day. First of all, I had an order out for some building supplies with Laud, so I'm going to stop there, pick those up, and then we'll head to Lakeview and I'll show you the progress. And once that's all furnished and ready to go and everything, I can move Isolde in. Maybe we can adopt a few kids, you know? 4:15, we still got plenty of time here. Plenty of time.
Steel's good, but loyalty's better.
I have the high ground.
Here first,
Guess the Vamp's Aider, yep, for sure. There is no flesh that quite tastes like that of the flesh of a Vigilant, I guess, right?
Of course.
Get married, have 39 babies. Not that many. That would be really cool if you could actually have natural kids in Skyrim, like with your spouse, and have one that kind of mixes up the visible traits of each of you. That would be kind of awesome. Kind of how Fallout 4 does it with Father. it kind of mixes up his own kind of predefined look with the look of your player character. It's a very subtle change, and most people don't notice it. But yeah, like his nose and stuff, and certain things about his facial structure will match that of the player character, which is kind of cool.
Was it your ma or your pa?
That would be kind of a cool mod, just to be able to have kids with your spouse, and it kind of mixes up the looks of both of them in some sort of like randomized way. It might be absolutely horrifying, like the Oblivion randomizer, but it would also kind of be pretty cool, I think. Okay, so yeah, here we go. I have, actually, it looks like one slot left over. I think I need to put more Tapanella there. Or no, Canis root. I need to put some Canis root here. I'll do that now. So I have everything I need to make paralysis poisons here. We got our Imp Stool, our Canis root, and our Mora Tapanella here for our favorite paralysis poison. Made some, finished out the floor plan of the small house, which already would have been a huge upgrade from Isolda's house, or Isolda's house. But, you know, only the best for our wife here. That's how Gavin feels. So we're gonna try to build this thing out, make it a stately manor. A whole damn estate is what we're gonna do with this thing. So yeah, it's coming along. Needed some nails from Laud, and I'm sure that I will need some more coming soon. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is the greenhouse over here on this side, so I can plant more diverse ingredients for different kinds of potions and poisons that I make normal use of. And then we'll do an alchemist's tower over here. And I don't know, maybe like an armory or something over here. The options that you have for over here are like a kitchen, which I think would actually probably be better. Having like a fully fledged kitchen over here to feed the family would be great. With like an oven and everything for pastries. Delicious. Otherwise, it's an armory that has lots of trophies and like a forge and everything that you can use, or it's or a library. I think the kitchen would probably fit best with Gavin here, wanting to have a stately manor, you know? So yeah, I'll be working on this stuff off stream because, you know, it's not really super compelling footage when your whole thing is a permadeath series to just, you know, safely be building a house on stream for 3 hours. Not really what this channel is all about. But yeah, definitely doing that off stream. I'll show you guys the progress next time. But yeah, we made it past day 6. This is the highest, this is the farthest we've ever been with a character. And I attribute that to this combination of, you know, melee, which usually isn't strong on its own on legendary difficulty, but being able to supplement that with alchemy is a huge plus, and also illusion. Is keeping us alive and very powerful. And of course, Eric over here, our friend from Rorikstead. We did spawn in at Rorikstead. It randomly starts you in any number of locations when you do a random start through Unbound. Started us there. We became, you know, pretty quick friends with Eric, and he's been with us ever since. So he's been a big part of our success too. Yeah, big success today. Thank you guys for joining. It was a hell of a lot of fun, like it is every week. So yeah, if you happened across this channel, please do like and subscribe. I do this every week at 6 p.m. UTC, which is 11 a.m. my time here in Arizona. I'll leave you to do the conversions, the time conversions on your own, but I've been able to be very consistent past few weeks. Sometimes I'm out of town on vacation, or I'll be visiting family for holidays, but pretty much every week. He's almost a week old, indeed. So yeah, hit the like and subscribe button, and we also have some great content creators just right here in chat, and a lot of their work can be found in the description below. I have links to all their stuff. So Magus streams fairly regularly. He does pop-up streams throughout the week on Twitch, and that's always a lot of fun. He's always got some great modded content out there, and he's more than happy to talk about mods and help people out. He's a really good guy, a lot of fun to hang out with. So go check out his channel. Let's see, Strudel has a long-running fanfic going on. So if you like doing fantasy reading, you're going to be hard pressed to find anything better than what she does. She's got a lot of experience writing. She's a very good writer, a very talented writer, and tells some really good character-centric stories over there. So do go check that out, along with some very pretty screenshots to go along with it too. So yeah, is there anybody else in chat right now that that has some content that they want me to plug? I know William McNee is still working on his next project there. He streams on Discord every once in a while, but I don't think you're very active on YouTube anymore. Yeah, I think that's about it. So thanks again for joining me, guys. It was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see you next week. And until then, take care of yourselves, all right? Oh, William's working on it. Good. Can't wait to see what you have going on next. All right, we're about to get real motion sick here, so I'm going to cut the stream. All right, see you guys.